skyrizzy.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZY to learn more.
If you're looking for the yard of your dreams, look no further than Moon Valley Nurseries. America's largest box tree grower is now open in Riviera Beach. Here you'll find a wide assortment of mature trees and hedges to choose from. Work with our dedicated nursery pros to plant your dream yard. Whether you're looking for instant privacy, a relaxing oasis, or a statement piece, Moon Valley Nurseries is here for you from planning to planting. Call 561-295-8852 to schedule a free design consultation or come see us at 3200 Broadway in Riviera Beach.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles, all the stuff that gets trapped in your nose making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible. So Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, savvy, staying ahead of the market at every turn, finding ways to do more with less, and taking advantage of every opportunity that comes their way. That's why Comcast Business is introducing the Small Business Bonus. For a limited time, you can get up to a $1,000 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle when you switch to Comcast Business, the company with the largest, fastest, reliable network. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call or go online to learn about the $1,000 bonus today.
Give your business a head start in 2024. Get started with internet and security for $49 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add one unlimited mobile line. Call or go online to switch today. Ends 2/21/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 100 megabits per second internet and security edge. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like 70s Rock Ride, a commercial-free station featuring the best in 70s rock. Just search 70s Rock Ride and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Free never sounded so good.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Rail Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Welcome to the Snowdown Showdown.
She take my money when I'm in need. Yes, it's a trifling friend indeed. Oh, she's a gold digger way over town that digs on me.
She ain't messing with no broke. Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. Get down, girl, gon' head, get down. Get down, girl, gon' head, get down. Get down, girl, gon' head, get down. Get down, girl, gon' head. Cutie the bomb, met her at a beauty salon with a baby Louis Vuitton under her underarm. She said, I could tell you rock, I could tell by your charm. Far as girls, you got a flock. I could tell by your charm and your arm, but I'm looking for the one. Have you seen her? My psychic told me she have a like Serena, Trina, Gina for Lopez, 4 kids, and I gotta take all they bad to show biz. Okay, get your kids, but then they got their friends. I pulled up in the Benz, they all got a bin. We all went to den, and then I had to pay. If you f***ing with this girl, then you better be paid. You know why? Take too much to touch her. From what I heard, she got a baby by Buster. My best friend said she used to f with Usher. I don't care what none of y'all say, I still love her. Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. Get down, girl, gon' head, get down. Get down, girl, gon' head, get down.
You're listening to The Locker Room on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Yeah, baby. This is it. This is your first step to Vegas. It is the road to the Super Bowl. Who's going to win? Miami in Kansas City tonight. It is freezing. Tariq Hill says he doesn't care. He doesn't even think about it. You got Joe Flacco with the Browns. My God, can this story continue? It better today, because I got some green on these Browns. Boy, will it be hell to pay if the Browns don't win and cover in the first half. That's all I'm saying. On Sunday, we got 3 more games. We got Buffalo and Pittsburgh. Penguins won't even go to the game. They offered them free seats. That's how cold it's going to be up there. The Cowboys, how about them Cowboys? My God, what is going on with them? The Rams in Detroit. Somebody's coming home after he's let go. You know there's going to be a lot of anger there. And then Monday, it is a holiday. You can get in my private jet and fly to Tampa and go to Hard Rock. I watch the Eagles in Tampa Bay. My God, we got new coaches to talk about. Saban's done. Man, now he'll be in Jupiter. Maybe we'll get him on the locker room. Where is Bill going to end up? Is he like home alone? Is he totally alone? Patriots do find their guy in Alabama. Florida State gets spanked on the wrist. Florida Panthers, one of the hottest teams in hockey. What? Are you kidding me? And the Heaters last night win and covered 2.5 without Jimmy Buckets. So much going on in the locker room. I am the Greek. Thank God you're not with my American Express bill this month. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, and good morning, gentlemen. Always a pleasure. Happy Saturday.
And a guy we're going to kiss his ass today because we need the good juju on the Browns, wearing the brown shirt. Joe, how are you? You are the best. We bless you. Thank you for coming in. The Browns don't win today. Leave your phone on.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Okay?
Are you changing your last name to Flacco by chance? Since you already got the first name down.
I've already tried. There's so much red tape around the whole deal. I wanted to go back and rename my daughter Josephine Flacco Mazzulo, but I wasn't able to. We had to stick with Rosemary.
3 weeks. I was going to ask you to bring me a T-shirt for the Browns.
First of all.
Because I know you got about 37 of them. I seen the way you dress.
Yeah, and I would have brought it had you actually asked me. You come in here, you're shouting all this stuff. You know I'm stressed out today. It's a playoff. It's game day.
You better win. I'm just done. They better be up by 1 point at halftime, and you can live.
You know?
Okay, if they're not covering a half, you're done.
I got to tell you.
You got a first half?
I got to tell you. Okay. I didn't think it was possible, but you're literally making me start to root against the Browns. That's where we're at right now. That's where we're at. Just the way you're talking to me right now, I kind of hope they lose.
Hey, bitch, you've been talking about this trade for a long time.
Yeah.
Choo-choo,
yeah.
now I'm on it.
That's right.
Now you got a star on your trade. You better deliver.
Dude, you're talking to a guy with a $100 bet from Caesars in Vegas on the Browns win the Super Bowl.
I hope you win.
I'm just saying, man. I'm right there
What's
with
the
you.
odds?
$100. Baller.
Yeah, plus 3,500.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, do you have to go out there to cash it?
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Go to Boca, get the private jet.
You're damn right we will.
Sounds good
You,
to
me, and about 6 senoritas.
Yep, that's right.
Go Browns!
That's right.
So, first game today is the Browns in Houston at 4:30. You guys can get involved with picks, opinions, whatever. 877-927-6969. We'll break down all the games. We got Teddy Covers calling us from Viva Las Vegas, where the Super Bowl is going to be out. Ooh, got a nice email from the win today. 2 tickets to the Super Bowl, 5-day stay for $30,000.
Oh, that's it?
That's what I said.
Sounds reasonable.
And you know what I love?
They're
giving them away.
You know what I love? I say to my host, I go, Jimmy, you're going to love this. I go, and he bought on it too. I go, can you do 27.5? so he writes back to me. He goes, would that make a difference? What?
It would make me feel better.
But he bought right on it. Like, you know when you text somebody, they text you back in 2 seconds?
Oh, yeah.
I go, can you do 27.5? He goes, would that make a difference? I'm like, dude, no. I'm not giving 27.5 to go to Super Bowl. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. But I love to win, and it's very nice. They said to me that.
Dude, I'm sure that would be so amazing. That would be such an awesome 5-day experience, you know?
I go broke. You go nuts.
Yeah,
nuts. Between girls and gambling and out there. I was out in Vegas years ago one time, 19 days, and that was really long.
I'm shocked you survived that. That's insane.
Yeah, so was I. But 2 different girls.
I feel like if you don't live in Vegas, nobody can last 19 days in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, I can be pretty simple.
You know I'm a routine guy. You know I like what I like.
I can't do 3. This girl the other night said to me, can you give me 5 minutes? I said, you staying for the weekend?
5 minutes of what? 5 minutes what?
That's what I said. She goes, 5 minutes, I'm done. I'm good. I said, 5 minutes.
Cuddling afterwards?
You staying for the weekend? 5 minutes. I can't give you 5 minutes. What are you, crazy? So playoffs today, Houston taking on a lot of trends. First time since 1998. Here's something for you boys and girls. Brady or Peyton Manning are not in the playoffs.
How crazy is that?
That's a long time.
Man.
1998, first time.
Damn, that's a weird statistic.
That's a weird
yet
statistic.
so powerful.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So Houston, the Browns played a couple weeks ago, but CJ was out.
There was no CJ. There was no Will Anderson Jr. There was their two main edge rushers were out, and obviously CJ Stroud didn't play. It was a completely different game. And the Browns handled him. The Browns beat him pretty good. But again, if Houston doesn't have C.J. Stroud all year, they win one game if they're lucky.
Yeah,
that's the level that this kid is. He's really, really good.
One of the other trends is that you bet against kids, and we're glad you're here. But I found the answer out last night. I must text you. First time starting in the playoffs. So that falls a lot with these teams. You got C.J., obviously.
Yeah.
You got Jordan Love.
Mm-hmm.
You got Tua.
Yep.
Now, Baker Mayfield started.
Tua didn't.
No,
That's
he didn't
right.
play.
It was a Skylar Thompson
Yeah,
last
he didn't
year.
play last year.
You're right.
So that's the third one. Now, Baker Mayfield started last year for the Rams. Didn't he in a playoff game? And didn't he do one with with Cleveland or no?
No, he won a playoff game in Cleveland. He lost the divisional round in Kansas City back in 2020. You remember they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, then they lost to Kansas City. But he never played in the playoffs with the Rams. The Rams, remember, were just a runaway train last year.
Okay.
Terrible.
But he has played in the playoffs.
But he's played.
He started 2 playoff games.
All right, so it's only 3.
Yeah.
So,
and he's on a pretty exclusive list because not a lot of quarterbacks have taken an AFC team and an NFC team, started all 16 or 17 games in a year and taken them to the playoffs.
Which is awesome.
That's an elite statistic. That's impressive.
Sure.
Yeah. But I'm talking from a betting angle. That's a big trend that you bet against guys first time starting in a playoff.
Yeah.
Obviously, Flacco is big, but there's only 3 out of the 12.
If Joe Flacco wins today, he's going to break the NFL record for the most road playoff wins in NFL history. He's
Over Eli?
He's going to over Tom.
Over Tom?
Yeah, Tom Brady's got it right now. I think they're both tied at 7 wins.
Okay.
And this would be Flacco's 8th road win. Yeah.
I thought Eli had it. You sure?
Yeah.
Because Eli, both times that they won it all, they were on the road.
And I mean, he
He's
ran
right
it.
there?
Yeah.
Wow. I know Mahomes is going for his 10th playoff win. If he gets that, he's second behind Brady, who has 21.
Yeah, right.
Nipping at his heels.
How absurd is that, though? Honestly,
Brady has 21.
That's
Nipping
crazy.
at his heels.
You see a lot of things on social media, which is great, and a lot of things that they do old school. So they had a thing, the Pittsburgh Steelers years ago, in the playoffs. Terry Bradshaw is going to the game. No barely security to this guy, and a pickup truck, beat up pickup truck.
Right.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
beat up.
Right.
I mean, not new, right on his showroom. Guy's like, hey, Terry. He's like, hey, just let him in.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Just drive in, window down. I'm like, man, as things change, like, you look at it. Like, you watch Hard Knocks with the Dolphins. They got the security. The gate has to
insane.
open. People come out, got to, check them.
Yeah.
Terry comes pulling up like it was like in the 70s.
Cars coming
Well,
in,
I mean,
Mercedes, BMWs,
You're right.
Alfa Romeos.
Well, and you're looking at a league that was worth millions then versus billions now.
No
And
doubt.
you see how that,
But at the time, the money was different, so it's all relative. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I'm just saying, they showed Bradshaw, a regular guy, a pickup truck, a gold one, and it wasn't new. The guy's like, hey, Terry. He's like, hey, bro, whatever.
Yeah.
He knew him, but he lets him into the stadium. I'm like, man, has that changed?
Well,
Like you said today, Lamborghinis, Ferraris.
Well, that's the whole thing now. Like our society, like money is like no different than celebrity. These guys, these athletes, they get notoriety, they get all this money, and the cars are out of control, the clothes are out of control.
Houses.
Would you rather be an actor or a ball player?
Probably a ball player.
No way.
Because the only reason I say that, okay, is that being a ball player can set you up financially for life, but it's also a smaller window of the crazy celebrity. Right? If you're a big-time actor, that never goes away.
You're right, baby. I'm taking it
no,
every day.
not as I mean, that's it. You got to be wired a certain way for that.
Oh, yeah.
Because coming out your door and getting paparazzi cameras in the face.
Man?
What do you mean? Who cares?
Who cares?
Man, do that for a full week.
I don't care.
And Monday might be cool.
You kidding me? The attention whore that he is?
I'm not saying that he's not, because I get that.
I would tell him.
I'm just saying.
But you said it. You have to be wired that way.
And
he's wired that way.
Out of the one,
nothing wrong with that.
No. I get that, and I took that into account. But out of that 100% of attention, you probably only want 90 of it.
Who
That
cares?
10% will weigh, dude.
Actually,
I'm telling you.
I bet it's the opposite. I bet it's about 90% you don't want.
Yes.
About 10 you do.
I was exaggerating more for him.
Yeah.
But just making a point, though, that the I don't care what the percentage is that you don't want, that's going to outweigh the good. Always.
Yeah.
So I would take the athleticism, the smaller window,
And the
the
smaller-
competitive, all that stuff.
And you might not earn for a long time. You could earn 5 years. That's it. Doesn't mean you're going to be set up for something else.
In this hypothetical, it's either a gangster actor or a gangster athlete.
Well, that's
and
the
I'm
thing.
going gangster athlete.
Well, on this show, we prefer you not use the word gangster.
Yeah, they are.
Because we promote loan sharking, gambling, and prostitution. We don't want to hear the word gangster.
This was purely.
We want the word gangster.
This
here.
was purely slang for awesome. Okay, that's all.
Don't use the word gangster.
I'm not talking
don't
about any of our
recognize that.
associates. Okay.
We don't recognize the word gangster. Organized crime. Things you should know, okay? Degenerate.
Hey,
I mean, come on, Jim. Fill it in.
My last name's Mazzulo, all right? I know how to keep a low profile.
All right,
I got you.
Yeah, he ends in a vowel. He knows.
All right, I know. See, I'm taking the actor because you could do it for 40 years.
Yeah.
Easy. If you're a good career. We're talking great career.
Yeah.
You got so much, and you're not even working that hard. You work like 4 months, and then you kick off for 3 months in St. Martin and hang out with some brunette, and then you go back again, you get another script, and you just hang out.
Yeah, you're right.
But if you're lucky, though, see, that's the other thing, too. Actors, I mean, nothing's guaranteed.
No.
there.
Well, I'm talking where you're successful. Not, Tom Cruise, but I'm saying you're doing good. But I think one of the biggest things, I would say, looking at both ends, if you could pick any sport, I would say golfers have it.
Yes.
Because they make tons, and they have such a great lives, and a lot of them go through life,
Yeah.
and nobody knows who they are
No.
at all.
No, which is nice.
Yeah, there was a buddy of mine about 2 weeks ago. He sat next to what the hell's his name? Rom, I think.
Yeah.
John Rom.
Yeah, he said had no clue. His wife knew.
Right.
Yeah.
He said nobody came up to him in the restaurant.
Yeah.
It was a big place in Boca.
I believe it, yeah.
Now one person came up to him, and he said he was just sitting there having dinner, and he makes millions.
Oh, yeah. You give me any professional golfer, you throw a T-shirt, jeans, and a hat on.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just a dude.
Well, we're not
You know?
fans. Again, we're not big fans.
Well,
We
no,
may know a
of
couple.
course,
Yeah.
of course. But, like, when you see an NFL football player, everybody in the restaurant is like, who's that?
Yeah.
That dude's
Especially-
a mountain.
especially Buddha.
There's no way. Yeah,
Especially
it'd be
Buddha.
all over that.
Buddha be like, oh, my God, I love you.
But, like, I mean, honestly, though, it's like there's certain sports that you just know.
Yeah.
I would say baseball.
Basketball more.
I mean, yeah,
Basketball,
because you got these trees walking
Yeah,
in.
the
This
height.
dude's like, that dude's 7'1". There's no way he doesn't have a number on his back, you know?
I mean, again, if you know them, it's fine. But
Yeah.
like the other, I don't know, a month ago at Strikes, there's a quarterback who is huge,
Well,
who hung out for a couple hours. Not one person went up to him. I knew who he was too.
yeah.
I didn't say a word to him. He knew my friend, and when I was leaving, he said, "Do you want to say hi?" I said, "I don't want to bother him." And then the only reason that he said something to me, he goes, "Man, you smoke those cheap ass cigars." He said, "Buy a real cigar." I said, "Man, I smoke Vegan Fingers. I love them."
Yeah.
That's what I smoke. But I mean, he sat in the corner, and this guy is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I say his name, you'd be like, "Oh my God," and nobody bothered him. So again, it's the whole thing, and I get the attention, all that stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
But if you're clean, see, because a lot of these guys don't like the hassle and bustle when they're maneuvering. Like if you're out cheating if you're married,
No, of
and
course.
drinking, and getting banged up, then you hate the questions.
Yeah.
But if it's everyday stuff, you're living your life. You know what I mean? There's no controversy where you're doing something wrong. I think it's a little bit easier.
Well, that's the whole thing, though, because these paparazzi things and stuff that, like, I'm talking about is they bait you. They put you into traps. They try to, paint you into a corner and make you make a mistake. Like, the whole thing is set up to make you look bad.
Sadly, there's a lot of that.
Straight
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I would say the majority of it is that. There might be, let's be optimistic, a 40% of those people that are just doing it for a paycheck, getting a picture, yada, yada, yada. And then there's 60 that are looking for fame. They're looking to,
Get clicks.
Exactly. And they're looking to get,
Bring it on.
hey, man.
I lead a very clean life. I'm a role model.
I've been saying that for years. I'm glad that you agree.
So you got the Browns, and I almost texted you this when I said, "Man, get me a brown T-shirt," because I got up this morning.
I would have.
and
I'd
said,
have
"Where
brought
am I
you a
gonna
T-shirt in a
Where am I going to
heartbeat.
get a brown T-shirt?"
I know.
I left my house like 6:30 in the morning. I met one of my buddies down at Hard Rock for breakfast who gets so annoyed when I meet. And he's in Fort Lauderdale. So I said, meet me at Hard Rock. So I go down there at 6:30.
Yeah.
Jimmy knows this has been my new routine since they have sports betting and roulette.
Yeah.
And he always gives me the eyes thing like he's 75. He's like, oh, it's so early. I'm like, dude, you just drove 40 minutes.
How are you not awake?
How are you not awake?
How dangerous was that drive?
Yeah. He's like, I got to get a coffee. I'm like, oh, my God.
Do that before you get in the car next time.
Oh, my God. He goes, my wife thinks I'm having an affair. I said,
Might as well be.
I said,
Yeah, right?
You should be so lucky.
It'd be more fun.
We have somebody on hold?
Yeah, we got Peppy on the line. Hey, Peppy, welcome to the locker room.
What
going
up,
on,
Peppy?
pal?
Happy.
Good morning.
What's up, Pep?
Hey, Joe, one of the great Cleveland Browns died the other day, Frank Ryan.
Yeah, that's right. Quarterback. Yeah.
Number 13.
Quarterback.
Yep.
Yep, I remember him. Listen, I bitched about the weather yesterday when I called you, Greek, but now I'm going to bitch about this thing with Peacock. Well, seriously.
Wait a minute. First of all, give me a little love because I texted GOD last night, and you got sunny skies and 80 today.
It's 82. Yeah. Yeah, so, how about a pizza?
Everybody's bitching about Peacock. A lot of people don't understand it, but it's a money grab for the NFL. They got $100 million.
Look, the NFL's got to feed their family, guys.
Yeah.
You think $10 billion just to put the games on TV is enough? I'll tell you right now, it's not.
Yeah. I mean, the bad thing you got to feel for, really, Peppy, is a lot of my friends who own businesses can't get it because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
It's like $2,000, $3,000 if you got like 30, 40 TVs. So a lot of places are not going to have it. We did have a list, Randy put it up, that certain places were going to have it.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're pay-per-viewing the playoffs. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's absolute insanity.
Pretty much what it is, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it is. It's messed up. It's frustrating for a huge portion of the fan base, and it's making you pay for a subscription service. That's messed up.
And only in Kansas City and Miami.
Yeah,
because the rest of the country gets it.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing.
But wait, no. I don't think so. Yeah, just the opposite. Just Kansas City and Miami gets the local. Anything outside of the local,
they don't get
nothing.
Okay,
it has to be Peacock. Yeah, it's the other way around.
You can go to Miami and watch it at a bar.
Yeah.
Or a restaurant.
Or you can go to Kansas City because nobody's going, so the tickets are like $40.
Can I say something? This excuse my, I'm not sure if I can use the word sucks, but this is pathetic what they're doing. This is just the start. This is going to be, I can just vision. I'm probably not going to be alive, but they may charge you for every game from some time on. And it's outrageous. It's outrageous. This is a playoff game. I never really thought, and I mean this honestly, I never thought in my lifetime that I would see what's happening, that they're actually making you pay to watch a game.
Yeah, I never thought that would happen for a playoff game. I'm pretty shocked that they did this aggressive move. I thought like the Thursday prime time on Amazon Prime thing, I thought that was a little wonky, but actually having to sign up for the service for a playoff game is wild. And I mean, but Pep, they've been charging for games for the last 30-some years with DirecTV. If you're not in your market and you want out-of-market games, they've been charging for games for years. You know, me and my family spend roughly $350 to $400 every football season getting the Sunday ticket.
Yeah, but I think the two things with this is that we've always said this: anything you get for free your whole life, then you got to pay.
Yeah.
And there's two big factors in this. First of all, the NFL never thought that somebody was going to come along and give them $100 million.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, if people don't download it, then that's different. But people will.
Oh, yeah, 200%. I already had Peacock.
Yeah, people want it. It's the playoff game. And the old thing, what you can't have, you want.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay. And the one thing I got to say for this company is Peacock, you know what? Before this, you didn't even know them. Yeah. Now the whole world's talking about it. So it might have worked for them already without me.
I think, as a fan, I don't care about that. What is this? Seriously.
I agree with you.
They talk about the fans all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that just won't turn on this thing tonight, like me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to watch it. And I mean, really, seriously. And I go back to being older, but it's outrageous.
No, I think it sucks too. Yeah. I don't think. I mean, if Roger Goodell was here, I would tell him the same thing. It's a definitely sign of greed.
I hate to say it, Pappy, but you know what?
they don't care.
Yeah. They don't care.
And I hate to say that, and I do, because it sounds like I'm spitting. I'm not spitting, and I don't mean it that way, but they don't care.
Yeah.
They get enough money from these people that this is just the start of it, like you said. You might see a Super Bowl like this one day.
I don't know about the Super Bowl. I mean, I think eventually, I don't know,
down the
maybe,
road.
but you're going to see more playoff games get sold like this to streaming services.
Well, look,
Guaranteed.
and you're
Guaranteed.
you're gonna see the results of what happens tonight. And if viewership is down and it's low and it's not good, they'll rethink it. They absolutely will. I mean,
I don't know.
And maybe they maybe do something along similar lines, but if it's the type of deal where they cut ratings in half, like they won't play that game. That's not worth it to them. They can get that money from anywhere. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that. $100 million for one game.
But it's like it's the NFL. They print money.
I get
like
it, but-
$100 million is a big deal. Don't get me wrong. I'm just
But
saying.
they still took it. Their hand's still out.
Yeah.
I mean, you
wrong.
can say what you want, but you know what? If it was like, they print, and they do print money, and they're one of the most successful businesses in the country, but their hands out.
No, for sure.
Because
And
if they didn't want it, they'd be like, no, we're not going to do that to our fans.
Yeah.
And the NFL, again, is showing you what I've said for day one of my life. It's all about money.
Yeah.
It really is, and it's sad, but they don't care.
But it's
And I
not
really
sad.
do.
It's a business, though.
I
It's
get
a
it.
business. Nobody in this room would run their business to not make money. I don't care how much money you're making. It's never, ever
And there's a
enough.
lot of people, too, who don't even know how to download.
Yeah.
Okay? There is a lot of people who don't even know, and that's a shame, too.
Yeah.
That you don't even know how to do it, and you're sitting there. So you'll be watching ESPN, going on, you're trying to find it like you did. It's really taking a step back in one perspective, back to the 50s.
Yeah.
You put the game on the radio.
Yep.
Really, because you might not be able to get it or watch it. And I feel bad for a lot of bars and restaurants. I know a lot of guys who can't get it.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I can't afford $3,000 tonight. I just can't.
Well,
And then their customers come in and they're pissed.
Well, and especially you think about it, like it's one thing if it's like a UFC pay-per-view and you're going to get hundreds of people in that night. They'll pay a cover charge, yada yada yada. But paying $3,000 for just a 3-hour football game that you don't know how much action you're going to get from,
it's tough.
That's real tough.
The chances of you making that back is slim to none.
Yeah.
You probably would break even. I think you would.
Maybe.
Well, if you're paying $3,000, you're got.
Yeah,
like
but you got to promote it. You got to have deals. You got to get it out there that, hey, we have it.
And think about it like this, too. Your restaurant only has a certain capacity, right?
Well, but I'm saying if
people
you
get
got,
there for the game, it fills up. They don't move for 3 hours.
I understand that.
So
But I'm saying if it's like 50, if you have 50 people, that's what it's about. So if you could probably get close to it. And it might be some guys that just say, I'm going to get it just for convenience for my customers.
Sure.
No,
Peppy, we got to run. We agree with you 100%.
Yep, in your corner, bub.
Yeah, we agree with you 100%. The NFL is definitely greedy, and no doubt about it. I worked on the weather today. I'll talk to Roger Goodell, try to figure the rest of it out.
He
How's
can
that?
only do so much.
God bless.
God bless you, buddy.
Take care, Peppy.
It
Take
is
it
the
easy,
locker
buddy.
room. We'll be back with more playoffs and so much more. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Hot take, don't love key lime pie.
No?
Delicious.
I would prefer cheesecake.
Cheesecake?
Yeah.
Lumpy
Yeah.
ass cheesecake? No, you want a cold.
Where
key
are you
lime
getting your
pie.
cheesecakes that they're lumpy?
Lumpy Cheesecake Factory.
The news junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
The music we listen to all year long.
The anthems that were our soundtrack for 2023.
And the stars who made the songs we love will all be celebrated.
Live from Los Angeles on Fox, April 1st.
Be here as the nominees for our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards are announced.
Let's get it started.
Thursday at 9 a.m.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Rizumkizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, savvy, staying ahead of the market at every turn, finding ways to do more with less, and taking advantage of every opportunity that comes their way. That's why Comcast Business is introducing the Small Business Bonus. For a limited time, you can get up to a $1,000 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle when you switch to Comcast Business, the company with the largest, fastest, reliable network. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call or go online to learn about the $1,000 bonus today.
Give your business a head start in 2024. Get started with internet and security for $49 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add one unlimited mobile line. Call or go online to switch today. Ends 2/21/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 100 megabits per second internet and security edge. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
What's the Anajar Levine difference? When you're injured in a car crash, we focus on your case so you can focus on the one thing that matters most. Getting better. I'm Glenn Levine with Anajar Levine. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Help the planet with a tip from iHeartRadio Earth. Education doesn't just take place in the classroom. There are many ways children of all ages can learn about sustainability and the environment at home. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Earth for a list of resources, activity guides, and toolkits that are educational and fun for the whole family. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth. iHeartRadio Earth is here with little tips for a healthier planet. When dining out or shopping at the grocery store, ask for sustainable seafood. By choosing sustainable seafood, you can help reduce overfishing, bycatch, loss of top predators, illegal fishing, and other harmful environmental impacts. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, Head of Marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Rizumkizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Tyreek Hill returns to KC to face his old team when the Dolphins take on the Chiefs in a freezing Arrowhead tonight. DraftKings line has the Dolphins as a 5-point dog. The Panthers look for their 10th straight win, and they face off against the Devils today. Miami looks to snap a 2-game slide, and they tip it off against Virginia Tech in Blacksburg. I'm Ronza Moss.
The fully electric EQS sedan from Mercedes-Benz is innovation on a magnificent scale. Available with the epic 56-inch touch-sensitive hype screen. The vehicle is all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQS.
The podcast, The Bible in a Year with Jack Graham, is a moving and inspiring biblical audio experience that will help you master wisdom from the world's greatest book. In each episode, you'll learn to apply biblical principles to everyday life.
Each cinematic episode is a journey through the Bible's most profound stories that will strengthen your appreciation of the Word and inspire you to keep learning.
Listen to The Bible in a Year with Jack Graham on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
What do you think, Greek? Is if Janice decides to go to Italy for that trip, just paying for airfare, is that bad? Is she a jerk for not going to her sister's second wedding?
Yeah, I think being a widow is where I would draw the line, where I would go, because I would feel bad. If she was divorced, I'd be like, look, you don't have a good track record. You're probably get married again.
It was probably your fault anyway.
Is that how you feel about me?
No, who's talking about you?
Well,
is that a
my
shot?
second,
Is that a shot for Andy?
This is her second wedding. This is her second wedding.
I'm not talking about you. What
Yeah,
about you? Why is the whole show got to be about you?
Oh, I'm sorry I made it about me. My bad.
How dare
That's
you,
what
Franny?
you do, yes.
92.1 and 101.7. Real Talk from the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Locker Room. Now back to The Locker Room on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Locker Room on Wild Card Weekend. We are jacked up for this weekend. We got a lot going on. We'll get into all the games, picks from Teddy Covers, and so much more. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And, of course, we got my best friend in the world, Joe, today.
My man. Good to
Browns
be here.
better win. If not, you're out on your ass. And we got a special guest, another good buddy of mine who's been joining me for a long time, stopping in, knows sports, knows horses, knows it all. Good morning, Mike.
The happiest wildcard weekend to everybody.
Oh,
My
yeah.
man. What up, Michael?
Very good. We're going to start with the Browns and Houston. If you guys want to get involved, 877-927-6969. Joe, we're going to let you take the lead because you are such a homer. I thought about you the other night, and I said two of his teams that he loves to kiss ass because I'm still not over Baker Mayfield that he screwed me in the Rose Bowl years ago. Yeah. So
Hates Baker.
I hate Baker, and he loves Baker, and he loves the Browns. So your Browns today, what do they got to do to win?
They have to affect C.J. Stroud. They have to get in the backfield. They have to live in the backfield. I don't think they're going to have an issue slowing down the run between, Dameon Pierce and Devin Singletary. But C.J. Stroud is the engine that drives Houston's offense. Okay, Now he lost Tank Dell. He's lost some weapons in the passing game. But Nico Collins has had a huge year. Dalton Schultz has had a really good year.
Schultz for the Cowboys.
Really good offense when he's at least moderately protected. If they can get to C.J. Stroud, if they can slow down that passing game, I think the Browns have this. I think they're going to be able to score on Houston's defense. They're getting their pass rushers back, but they're still banged up. They're not 100%. No turnovers. Whoever loses the turnover battle's likely to lose the game, as in all football games.
Yep.
But the Browns' defensive line is going to dictate this one. The back end for Cleveland is very strong, but we're down to two undrafted rookies playing safety as well. We've got great corners. Our corners are as strong as a trio as you can find in the NFL. But our safeties right now are a weakness. And for a quarterback like C.J. Stroud, who doesn't need a ton of time, and he doesn't need big windows, and he can kill you. So if they don't get to him on the front end, they'll be in trouble.
Score off the top of your head.
27-17.
Mike, what are you thinking about this game?
Yeah, it's probably pretty accurate. I've gone kind of back and forth all week on this game. +2, I think the line is right now. Typically, as a home dog, that would mean it's a play for me, but the fact of the matter is Cleveland came in here 3 weeks ago, Joe, Christmas Eve, whenever it was, and beat the brakes off of them. So what's going to change from there? Well, Houston should have lost last week to Indianapolis.
But CJ didn't play that game, right?
The first Cleveland game.
Yeah, he didn't play. Exactly right.
Yeah.
So that's obviously a big boost. You lose Tank Dell, who's the amazing rookie from Houston, but I think if I'm going to bet the game, you're probably going to take Houston. But if my heart says Cleveland right now, I'm with Joe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Joe, no pressure, but I just want to let you know, if they don't win, you're not back on the show.
No, I know.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, pack your bags.
That's fine. I will.
Your
I
wife
will
is going to
be
leave you.
the worst caller you guys could ever imagine.
He won't
So
take
go
your
ahead.
call. He won't take your call,
Jimmy's
bitch.
really
Fine. I'll change my voice.
You're getting cut off. Tito's, everything. Not saying hi to you in public.
Hey, Greek, we have Josephine on the line. Josephine, welcome to the locker room.
Again, first game of the weekend that we will break down. I just think, again, rookie quarterback's going to be tough for him. Anderson from Alabama is a beast.
They're home, though, so there's a boost.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely – I mean, the line's only 2. That shows you right there.
It's pretty much pick them at that point.
Yeah. I do like the Browns in this game. I really do. I think that they can do what they have to do and advance. You said Flacco, if he wins, is going to break the record, right?
Yeah, he's going to have 8 road playoff victories in his career, and that's going to push him over Tom Brady.
Yeah, I thought Brady had more than that. I know he's got 21 total.
Yeah, I think the whole Brady scenario is that most of his games were at home.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Just like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, it's like you said, the Eli runs. Eli had 2 Super Bowl runs that were 6 road wins each one.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's a big thing. And then also Mahomes is 2 for 3 on neutral sites.
Yep.
He lost only one playoff game, Mahomes. And that's when he lost the championship.
The overtime to the Pats, yeah.
To the Pats.
Yep.
26. Now, I don't know if they count the championship as a playoff game and the scenarios. I would assume they do.
Obviously not the Super Bowl, but AFC Championship.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah, so he's only lost 1.
Yeah.
Which is
because he's got the Super Bowl loss to Tampa, too.
Yeah, but
Yes, they don't count that.
that's as far as home, he's only lost 1 game.
Yep.
And that was that overtime game. Jimmy, do we have somebody on hold?
Yeah, we do. We got our buddy Greg Rice checking in with us. Hey,
Hello,
Greg, what's
Gregory.
going on, little buddy?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
What's
Good,
up, Greg?
buddy.
Yeah, Joe.
What's up, Greg?
Yeah, why did Cleveland name their football team the Browns?
I don't know. Why, buddy?
Yeah, because no one knew how to spell mediocre.
Love it. Right out of the gate. You've arrived. When Rice goes after you, you've arrived. I mean, that's it.
I've been missing you for a couple weeks, Greg. It's good to hear your voice, buddy.
He's gone now.
Mediocre. I don't know. It just doesn't roll off the tongue.
It's probably true, though, because I can't spell that either, to be honest with you. So Browns is a little easier for me.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right, so the Dolphins, tough game tonight. Everybody's
boy.
injured. It is going to be very tough. Tariq Hill said the weather doesn't matter. I've played there. His quote was, if you think it's going to be cold, you're going to freeze your balls off. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He's not worried. Over under, got to figure out. Mike, if you get a chance to look.
Pulling it up right now, actually.
Yeah, what his over under in the Hill is, because he's going to have a big day. There's no doubt about it. Now that Tariq Hill had 13 passes, touchdown passes this year that he scored. The Chiefs as a whole only had 13 passes caught for touchdowns. It is amazing what has changed with that team. It started with losing the 2 tackles, and that's really what people don't realize, the average fan, because the tackles they lost were huge.
Yeah.
And then Mahomes and these guys who just keep dropping balls and scenarios.
Yeah.
Now, studies do show over the years when it's super cold, it doesn't affect the over-under. So we'll see. But, again, I just Miami with all the injuries, I don't see them having a shot. I really don't.
The Hard Rock app has it at 43.5. The over under. Now, I will say this. I think the weather absolutely does, and I can understand historically it doesn't usually affect it, but I think this weather is going to have a serious impact on this game, and this weather is the only reason that I think the Dolphins actually have a shot. And the reason I say that is that you give Pat Mahomes and this offense good weather, and a defense with absolutely nothing on the edge does not scare him. Their problem is tackles. And if you're giving the tackles the 5th and 6th edge rusher on the roster, they'll be okay. It'll slow it down.
Exactly
this is going to be an ugly game. This is going to be a running game. And the Dolphins can run the football. If Mostert's healthy and A-Shane, if those two can last the whole game, I'm telling you right now, man, they run the ball better than Kansas City does. And the system works. And the system can basically supersede a superior defensive line like, Chris Jones in Kansas City.
And it will tire them out, too. The other thing it will do is just going to give Tua 1 or 2 shots to just hit something, and that'll be it. Greek, you love the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are not the same team that we've seen the past couple of years.
I agree.
And rightfully so. I mean, they've won championships. It's very, very difficult in any sport to repeat,
Yeah.
especially in football with the way the cap is now and how much everybody gets paid. the line right now is back down to 4.5. I like the Dolphins at 5. It kind of gets a little funky when it gets back down to 4. As even though a point is not that big of a difference to me, 5's always underdog line. I think you kind of agree.
Yeah.
What are you thinking as far as a bet for the Dolphin game?
I mean, I don't see the Dolphins staying, being close because of the injuries. I think if they had a full staff, I think it's a different game. I think the line is 3. How could you look on past performance of the Chiefs when they haven't done it all year?
No.
All they've done is mistakes, holding, offsides.
Yeah.
I mean, let's not forget that. And then
drops on offense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been bad everywhere for them.
Well, if you take
Howard's not playing either.
If you take the names out of it, okay, and you're just looking at Kansas City on a piece of paper, it's not a strong football team.
No.
It's a good defense, but it's a very inconsistent offense that is literally one superstar surrounded by mediocrity right now. Because when Kelsey hurt his ankle early, that took the juice out of him all year.
Hasn't been the same.
All year. I mean, he's on the wrong side of 30 anyway. You put a bum wheel on him, and that's your issue in Kansas City.
Kelsey, though, I mean, again, for the year that he still had 93 catches.
I mean,
that's awesome.
But
it just didn't look the same for some reason.
Yeah, because he didn't have the juice after the catch.
No.
Yeah.
He's so good with the ball in his hands. And when he's a step slow, this is the NFL. Everybody's a freak athlete. You get anybody a step slow, they're going to be a different guy.
I also think he saw a little bit more doubling this year as the time went on because people realized the outside.
The weapons are depleted.
Yeah.
And, we thought that, like, Justin Ross and these other guys were going to be better than they actually were. They've just been bad.
I missed on
It is
that
what
one.
it is. Yeah, it's okay. You miss.
Yeah.
Over-under for the amount of times we are unfortunately going to have to see
Taylor?
Brittany and Taylor.
Yes.
Yeah. No, thanks.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, I would say over under 11.
I put that at 47, personally. At least 47.
Yeah, you got to jack
Higher than the game total.
11 and a half.
Yeah.
Jimmy, do we have somebody on hold?
We do. We got our buddy Jorge checking in with us. Hey, Jorge, what's going on, pal?
What up, Jorge?
And not too much. Happy Saturday to all.
You too, Jorge.
Right back at you.
Thank you. Boy, I'll tell you what, when I first heard the news about Belichick, I was shocked, stunned, and dare I say horrified.
Well,
I mean, again, there was speculation all year. I thought he was going to stay too, but I guess
A lot more coming out now about that, too.
Yeah, just that. What do you hear, Mike?
Well, apparently this morning, this is an ESPN Instagram post, so it is kind of verified, just a little bit. When he left and won the Super Bowl, Robert Kraft was very disappointed because Belichick had pretty much told him that this guy can't play football anymore.
Yeah, I just did it.
The other thing is Brady said he's going to be very disappointed, and it seems like they were. Records 47-57 with him not as the quarterback of the New England Patriots, and Bill as the coach. So make of that as what you will. Eerily similar when he coached your Browns.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jorge, I know you love Belichick. I thought he should have stayed. I thought they should have gave him another year for what he achieved and what he did. I mean, you look at a team like the Dolphins, they had a chance last week to only host a playoff game since 2008.
That's just
this team 20 years did it, but I think a lot of it's personalities.
Yeah.
When they get somebody that quick like Mayo and Alabama, which we're going to talk about, everybody knew.
Well,
they don't make a decision 12 hours.
They put that in his contract last year because he took head coaching visits last year and stuff like that, and they wrote into his contract a succession plan. To me, I'm sorry. This is I like Gerard Mayo. I like the idea of him becoming, a head coach after being a coordinator. Yada yada yada. Man, New England needs a page one rewrite, dude.
Yeah, Joe, I was
The
just saying,
Patriot way is
you're
over.
just bringing the same, it's a dimmed-down philosophy.
yeah.
It's even worse. I mean, you're bringing a guy who has no experience of coaching a football team, and not for nothing, he was a great player. I've never even heard him speak.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
No, I'm with you right there.
Yeah.
I thought offensive guy, energetic guy,
Yeah.
get a quarterback at number 3, develop, and do a page one rewrite, build it the right way, change the whole. And I'm not saying, Gerard Mayo is going to think he's Bill Belichick and it's going to be, like the no fun, Patriots that it's been for the last 20 plus years. But man, give the fan base a breath of fresh air. Give the organization a breath of fresh air. Move into the new version of the NFL.
Okay, let's go back to the no fun because I hear that a lot. To me, at the end of the day,
Winning is what makes it fun.
Yeah, that's right. You're there to win.
The winner left.
You want to have
The
fun.
winner
Go to a
left
strip
after
club.
2019, G.
I know, but
The
if you
winner
want to have
left
fun,
after
I know,
2019.
but you hear this from so many people, not just you. I'm saying they say, "Oh, it's no fun, Patriots." Man, you're there to win. You want to have fun? Go to a strip club.
Yeah.
Take your kids to a zoo.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
know, go get a steak. I
You're
mean,
right.
that's fun. This is to win, and that guy
What
won.
makes you think that this move is to win?
What I think, I'm not. I think it's an okay move. I can't judge the guy yet because he's been around.
That's all I'm saying. I'm with you.
Yeah,
Winning
yeah.
cures all.
Yeah,
I don't care if
yeah.
you have infighting, if
Yeah.
you have, like philosophical differences between the coach and the GM. None of it matters if you win.
I also feel that when somebody does something like this, okay, use any analogy. Let's use me with brunettes.
Yeah.
I'm always with brunettes.
Yeah.
So obviously I like brunettes. Obviously, Mayo, which you said, what you just said is a piece of Belichick.
Yeah.
So obviously Kraft still likes what Belichick had overall.
The roster is still pathetic.
Yeah. I know, but
Still
I'm saying it's the style and the way the team's going to be. If he was done with Belichick's thought process, heart school and all that, he wouldn't go to somebody. He'd get somebody else.
No, of course.
I mean, I think the NFL has something to do with it. Kraft's very good friends with Goodell and all them. It's a good move. Politically, it's a good move. Yeah. And I think we'll see what happens. They got $70 million, and they obviously, you know what? They got a great first-round third. Breakups are never good.
No, of course. But here's my thing, okay? So you've already named your head coach, right? Who's the GM? Are you going to go outside to get a GM? And if you go outside to get a GM, is he going to have to get Gerard Mayo's approval? Like, what are we doing? Build it the right way. If you don't like the way Bill is picking players, and that's ultimately what the issue was.
The last 3 years.
He's good enough as a coach, but the GM role is probably too much for everybody, and it didn't work.
At the end.
You need to fortify your front office.
Yeah, but it didn't work at the end. For 20 years, it worked. I mean, he made a lot of good picks.
It didn't work as soon as Brady walked out the door.
A lot of people forget about all those diamonds in the rough that he found
but that's the
along
thing, though.
the way.
And I've said this multiple times. Those diamonds in the rough were found because of Tom Brady. If they didn't fall ass backwards into Tom Brady, is Bill Belichick any better than Wade Phillips?
No.
I maintain he's not. I just don't see it.
Show me a head coach that was successful that didn't have an amazing quarterback.
Absolutely. You're able to take shots, Jimmy, on those guys, the Edelmans, those kind of guys come when you have a player like Tom Brady and you could take the risk.
And Edelman wasn't even a shot.
No.
He was a late-round flyer, and then Danny Amendola got hurt. Aaron Hernandez went to jail.
Hogan, too. Remember Chris Hogan?
Chris Hogan.
Yeah. Well, they got Amendola after they had
Welker, not Edelman, though. They brought Edelman. Edelman came in after Amendola got hurt and when Hernandez went to jail. That's when he became a player. Absolutely.
No, Edelman.
Are you thinking of Welker? Because Welker was 07.
Welker was there, but Edelman was with the Patriots for years, and he was pissed when they brought in Amendola because he was supposed to get paid. And then they brought in Amendola, and then they split it with both of them.
He wasn't supposed to get paid then. He was supposed to get his opportunity then. But they signed other guys, and he wasn't getting his opportunity until Hernandez went to jail and Amendola got hurt.
I mean, it worked out for all. I mean, to me, I think Belichick, again, I think he did a lot of great things defensively. And
He's
you
a great
can split
coach.
hairs. You can split hairs.
First 3 Super Bowls were more Bill than Tom.
Yeah, I mean, you can split hairs all day long. At the end, and any sport that wins, the Lakers, them, Yankees, it's a combination.
Yeah.
And I think what fans love to do is like to pick who was more important. They won.
Yeah,
I mean, same thing with Scotty and Michael.
No,
this week the Bulls have their ringer on and nobody shows up.
No, Michael, he posted. He's not coming.
Yeah.
He's heartbroken, which we also, I don't believe one bit.
Yeah, but that's a personal thing with his ex and Scotty and the whole thing. And Scotty's mad and he went after Jordan saying Jordan was, but I'm saying it all matters. Every piece matters. I don't care if it's a radio show, a sports team, a lemonade stand. It matters when it works because everybody has something to do with it.
And I don't want you to think that I'm trying to downplay how good a coach Belichick is. He's on the Mount Rushmore of coaching now and forever. I get that. What I'm saying is that what was built in New England, he started, but Tom took it to levels that let it sustain for 20 years.
I think Brady was great.
Without Tom emerging as that really, because he was always he was good, right? And they won the 3 Super Bowls. He was a game manager. He was efficient, all that stuff. But as soon as he got Welker and Moss in 07, he got into that elite upper echelon.
Yeah, there's no doubt. But I still think, like I said, Brady is more liked than Belichick. It is. And any breakup, separation, one comes out good, one comes out the villain. Yeah. Brady came out good, and then Brady won.
Yeah.
So right away, you're going to go with that.
Was it. Yeah.
He's the matinee idol, and I love Brady too, but I think together,
they
were unbelievable.
Ever. Yeah.
I mean, I think anything that works at that level, you want to take a group, the Beatles, whatever you want to take, it's a combination.
I agree.
And when you split hairs and you say, well, it was because of him, that's just people who don't know jack about life and want to talk about something.
Yeah.
Go home and bang your wife.
Yeah.
I mean, if they weren't together, they wouldn't have won.
Yeah.
Brady wouldn't have won alone, and Belichick wouldn't have won alone.
I agree.
Hey, Jorge, go home and bang your wife.
Yeah, you got to think.
From Coach Belichick, yeah. Speaking on the coach, where's he going? I have 2 thoughts.
We're going to get into it when we come back from break. All right, we're going to who do you like today? Who's going to win?
Okay. I want to see Belichick go to the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
Back home.
I'll tell you what, there's good fishing up there off of Montauk.
I agree.
East Coast.
Oh, he would love to stick it to Kraft. I said this to my buddy last night. Could you imagine he went back to the Jets? Oh, my God. Don't forget, him and Rodgers were talking after the game.
Nice long conversation.
Exactly. See you in New York. I'll tell you what. The attendance record.
Hey, Slick, remember you're on the radio?
Easy there.
Easy there, quick trigger.
Yeah, you can't use that word. We're a family show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I mentioned his name.
Yeah, all right. All right, have a great Saturday. Root for the Browns, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
It is the Locker Room with Mike and Joe and Jimmy. I am the Greek. We'll come back and we'll discuss the games more. We got Teddy Covers at 12:35. And where is Bill going? Is he going to be home alone? Are you going to see him in Jupiter? Where's he going to be? We'll be back. Peace.
Download the app and then take us anywhere. Except maybe there. Get it from your app store. Search for iHeartRadio. Real Radio wants you to score some red zone revenue.
You asked for it, you got it.
You like that? We're hooking you up with $1,000 up to 13 times every weekday. It's playoff season. Bet on every game, make some crazy parlays, buy some playoff tickets, pay off some of that debt. Once you win the money, we don't care what you do with it.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Listen for the keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Score $1,000 in red zone revenue. Good luck from Real Radio.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Hayes the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, full bar, full liquor, full nude. 7 days a week. The beautiful girls are at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Stop in and also enjoy their 5-star menu. And there's always something going on at Monroe's. On Fridays, if you want to kick your weekend off right, it's Fantasy Fridays at Monroe's of Palm Beach. It's 2024 and you want to get the year off to a good start, make sure you stop in at Monroe's and see one of their beautiful ladies. Peace!
If you're looking for the yard of your dreams, look no further than Moon Valley Nurseries. America's largest box tree grower is now open in Riviera Beach. Here you'll find a wide assortment of mature trees and hedges to choose from. Work with our dedicated nursery pros to plant your dream yard. Whether you're looking for instant privacy, a relaxing oasis, or a statement piece, Moon Valley Nurseries is here for you from planning to planting. Call 561-295-8852 to schedule a free design consultation or come see us at 3200 Broadway in Riviera Beach.
Injured in a car accident in Palm Beach County or the Treasure Coast? With offices located in Palm Beach Gardens, Port St. Lucie, and Boca Raton, Smith Ball Baez and Prather Florida Injury Lawyers is here for you. Call us to schedule your free case evaluation. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, savvy, staying ahead of the market at every turn, finding ways to do more with less, and taking advantage of every opportunity that comes their way. That's why Comcast Business is introducing the Small Business Bonus. For a limited time, you can get up to a $1,000 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle when you switch to Comcast Business, the company with the largest, fastest, reliable network. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call or go online to learn about the $1,000 bonus today.
Give your business a head start in 2024. Get started with internet and security for $49 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add one unlimited mobile line. Call or go online to switch today. Ends 2/21/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 100 megabits per second internet and security edge. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Ring in the new year with the ultimate timeless gift, a diamond from Diamonds Direct. Whether you're ready to pop the question or celebrating a lifetime of love in 2024, Diamonds Direct can make this New Year's one to remember forever. Diamonds Direct is the area's destination for exquisite diamonds in all shapes and sizes, and our nationwide price guarantee ensures you'll get the best value, period. To showcase that spectacular diamond, we have literally thousands of designer settings from all the top names like Decory, Verragio, Simon G, A. Jaffe, and many more. And our experts will guide you every step of the way with the education you want and the respect you deserve. Engagement rings, wedding bands, eternity bands, fashion rings. At Diamonds Direct, we specialize in the ultimate symbol of love, and we welcome the opportunity to celebrate with you. So start the new year with some new excitement, new hope, and some new bling. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. In Boca Raton and now open in Aventura.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure for max strength daytime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. DayQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. The daytime, non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Wendy's Breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles lets you choose your perfect duo from your fave 4, like a sausage or egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in the combo. Single item at regular price.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
You been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Former President Donald Trump vowing to visit Iowa today despite Friday's blizzard. Heavy snow and freezing cold left other GOP candidates delaying or canceling events just ahead of Monday's First in the Nation caucuses. Trump told supporters in a video that he'll make it to the Hawkeye State tonight one way or the other. He's the Republican frontrunner by a wide margin. The Democratic Progressive Party will remain in power in Taiwan for a third consecutive term. Vice President William Lai was elected president today, marking the first time in Taiwan's history that the same party has won election 3 straight times. The result, though, could further strain relations between Taiwan and Beijing. The FAA will increase oversight into Boeing's production. Friday's announcement comes just a day after the agency said it will investigate the aircraft manufacturer after a door panel blew off an Alaska Airlines flight last week. Boeing's production line of the 737-9 MAX and its suppliers will be audited by the FAA. I'm Brad Siegel.
You're listening to The Locker Room.
This is perfect.
Now back to The Locker Room on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Locker Room on a Saturday 92.1. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and San Quentin. We're all over the place. Playoff weekend, wild card weekend. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning. Good afternoon, actually.
Special guest Mike with us today.
Happy to be here.
Michael!
And, of course, Joe with some breaking news.
Joe with breaking news.
Joe.
Apparently, the Bills-Steelers game is postponed until Monday at 4:30 p.m. because of the weather.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, Joe, there's a backstory behind that. So Greek argued with me for the past day and a half that game is, I don't know where you're hearing it. It looks like I was right, so I'll take my credit, please.
You will. You said the game was going to be moved.
Thank you.
You said it was going to be moved out of Buffalo. I didn't think it would be moved.
The word was they were going to move to Cleveland. Yeah. I think they're going to still
Nobody
do
wants
it
to go to Cleveland.
in Buffalo.
It's
though.
just different when Roger Goodell calls you personally and says, Mike, we're moving the game.
That's right. That's why you're on the show, bro. I mean, you're getting calls from Roger Goodell. That's good enough for me. Oh, my God. So I can go to brunch tomorrow.
Nice.
I don't have to be around till 4:30. There's a certain brunette I'll have lunch with tomorrow at Warren. It'll be nice. There you go.
What's his name?
Dave.
Nice. Dave's a nice guy. I've met Dave a couple
he is
times.
a sweetheart.
Isn't he? Is't he really?
He takes good care of the G, man. I like it.
Well,
I don't
he
miss a
should.
beat. I don't miss a beat. It's like a home and away jersey. Just throw it on me. Whatever it is, it is. I leave the house. I'm expecting a female. A male show up. Like, oh, we're going to rock and roll.
Roll with it.
We roll with it like everything else.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to a little bit go on an angle, go back to the games. Belichick, Mike, we're going to give you the first toss on that. Where do you think he ends up?
If the Philadelphia Eagles lose on Monday, he will be the Eagles coach.
You think so?
Yes, he will.
Wow.
And if the Cowboys lose on Sunday, it's, I think, a 50-50 shot he's there as well.
Wow.
Yeah. No one's going to miss the opportunity, I think, to get the greatest coach of all time. One of the greatest coaches, however you want to word it. It doesn't really matter, but it's everybody will be open to it. All 32 teams will at least have an interest in replacing their current spot with somebody who can help them win right away. I don't think it's going to be a team that can't win right away for him.
Yeah.
So that's why I say those two teams come to mind right away.
Joe, what are your thoughts?
So I think the one that we've all been hearing about, the Chargers. I think for me that makes the most sense for Bill. You got your quarterback in place. You've got a lot of talent scattered on that roster. You need to fortify it, and you need to basically clean up both sides in terms of just efficiency, scheme, structure, all that. I feel like the Patriot way on that roster with that quarterback could absolutely work. And, you're staying in the AFC. You can still get your licks on the Patriots if you get the opportunity. And I like that fit for Bill.
Now, if it is ever the Jets, boy, is that a slap to Robert Kraft.
Oh, yeah.
Big time. Oh, man, I doubt that would happen, but I would not be shocked if the Jets said, Woody wants to win.
Yeah.
And I know this has been popping up here and there. I think the Chargers, because they got the better team of all the teams, I also think you see a little bit of a dent with the Chiefs all of a sudden after 5 years. Raiders are the Raiders. They're still far away. Denver, I think Sean Payton's missed the boat on a lot of things out there. Good teams, but it is a possibility. But again, and is there also that possibility that he just retires for a year and just hang out? I said that to Mike yesterday. Maybe he just hangs out, fishes.
It's not the right spot.
Exactly.
Not the right spot.
I know he wants the all-time leading to be the coach.
Yeah.
With the most wins.
Yeah, but he also wants to have it as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And like he said, the right spot. Mike nailed it. If it's not everything that he's looking for, why would he rush into it?
No, he
why
can take
would
off
he
a year,
even
too.
remotely take a chance at tarnishing the resume in a bad spot? And plus, he doesn't want to build.
No, it's not too late in the game for him to do that.
Yeah, and I
he
also
wants to
think,
go in, tidy up, win.
Yeah, if he does it, he's got to be picked, I think, right after the Super Bowl, before to get ready for the draft.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's not getting picked up in the summer.
No.
Oh, no. No. That's any sort of like coaching stuff, the latest it's going to happen is going to be late January, early February. That's the latest. You usually never see coaching changes because you start all of your offseason prep with who you're looking for, what you're looking for. All that happens before free agency even kicks off. I mean, you need to be ready. Like the combine is, late February, but the college bowl circuit and everything, that's like mid to late January. The Senior Bowl, the other one's escaping me. One of the college bowl games out in Hawaii. It's the name's eluding me.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
but
matter.
yeah, you got to be ready. So if he doesn't sign by February, you say he'd take off a year?
It would make sense. You should start to see everything line up by then. Like sometimes there's like those, like agreements that, like a team that's on a Super Bowl run has a defensive coordinator you can't hire until their season's over. So you get stuff like that. But I think Bill will be scooped up pretty quickly if it's something that he wants.
877-927-6969. If you have an opinion about the playoff games, just made this announcement. Joe did. Buffalo and Pittsburgh moving to Monday at 4:30.
Where they're going to be in schedule-wise, with it being a holiday and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, it's great for them. Yeah, it's definitely great for them. There's no doubt about it. And then they got a great afternoon where people are going to watch 2 games. So it's 3 days.
What's interesting, though, is now you've got 2 games on Monday, So you've got the winner of Tampa Philly, and the winner of Bills Steelers going to be on a short week.
Yeah, Joe, that's a good point. We didn't really get into that, but that kind of definitely changes
One
a lot
day.
of things.
Yeah, you're going to lose a day. You definitely are, and it depends where they're going and who it is.
So speaking of cold, -4 right now in Kansas City. And I'm rooting for the Dolphins. My good buddy Nicholas is going to be rooting for the Dolphins tonight, as well as the rest of South Florida.
Yeah,
they're in it for a tough spot. -4.
I'm not rooting for them.
What are they? They got a wind chill on there yet?
-4.
The wind chill they said can get down to -30.
Yeah, that's what I had heard a couple of days ago. So I was wondering if that's been updated at all. Because I think it was supposed to be the low would be like -9.
That's so stupid.
of just regular temp, and then you throw in your wind chill.
Yep.
Taylor Swift's not even going to game. That's how cold it is. I can't do it. It's too cold. So where do you think, go back to the Dolphins, you're saying the running game, obviously.
Yeah.
Mike, what do you say? Did they have any chance, or would you just say, and you know what I've heard, and to me it's surprising, this point spread is low to me.
Yeah.
4 is not a lot for when you hear 99% of people say the Chiefs. I mean, usually that's a double, 10, 12 points.
But you say the Chiefs because Mahomes and Reed, and they're at home.
Yeah, of course.
And they're the Chiefs. But
the Dolphins have a ton of injuries.
And
if the Dolphins have all those injuries,
that weather, it's a clean slate, man.
Yeah.
It's a win and you're in, lose and go home in a game that nobody wants to play in those conditions.
Right.
That's not conducive to any team's style.
We got to figure out Tyreek Hill, Mike, if you get a chance to look at what is his over-under in yards for the game. I'm guessing in the 80s, maybe low 90s, because I think no matter if they win or lose, I think he has a big day. And he's home. I mean, he's played there for years, Tyreek. He wants to have a big day. There's no doubt about it. They'll shoot him up with his ankle, and he'll be ready to go. But I do think Miami's got to run. There's no doubt about it.
So Hard Rock's got him at 81.5.
Yeah, I would go over that.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, even with the weather, I don't think it matters for that prop.
Yeah.
No.
I think he goes over 81.
They'll get him the ball behind line of scrimmage. He'll make some plays, stuff like that. That's not going to matter.
Well, the good thing with that bet is, and I've always said it with somebody like him, you could go into the fourth quarter, and he got 22 yards. He breaks one.
Yep.
You win.
Pretty much.
And that's a good bet.
So as far as what the Dolphins need to do, I kind of look at games a little differently now as I get older. So you try to figure out what a team can do to win. They score 21 points and run for 200 yards on the ground. They probably are going to have a good chance.
Yeah.
Got to shorten the game for Kansas City, keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands, even though that offense has sputtered all year. They do that, they could probably win.
Yeah. Well, I think that one of the biggest things, too, is like anytime you're an underdog in anything in life, whether it's basketball, boxing, whatever, football, you got to, that first punch you got to take.
Yep.
Because the crowd's going to be in it. They're going to be crazy. The Mahomes way for years was that he got the ball and you went right down. It was 7-0, like the Niners used to do in the 80s.
Yep.
And you took up, and it's like, oh, my God.
Yep.
I mean, don't forget, this was a team, not the same players, but you got Mahomes, who was losing 24-0 in a playoff game and came back 28 points in a quarter.
He did it that whole playoffs.
Yeah.
They mounted huge comebacks, man. It's like you can't count him out.
No, people are, and even last year when he won the Super Bowl, and I was so happy because I had him, he played on one leg.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's the thing people don't realize. He's not the narrative, and neither are the Chiefs right now that people are talking. Everybody's talking about the Ravens, which they should.
Yep.
Great season. Lamar's fantastic MVP. You're hearing a lot about the Niners, but you're not hearing about the Chiefs, and you're hearing from a lot of people, at least I do. Chiefs are done. All the problems, and they could surprise you today.
Yeah.
Pacheco's going to be big.
Yeah.
He has a big game because he's huge when he runs the ball.
If KC's able to run the ball, they're probably going to win.
Yeah.
That's just it. Their defense is healthier.
Mm-hmm.
They're at home. All that stuff.
Yeah, the other thing with the Chiefs, though, they got to stop on the mental mistakes.
Yeah.
They make so many. They're offsides. They hold. I mean, this year, it wasn't a team that, traditionally didn't do that.
Yeah.
And they didn't shoot themselves in the foot a lot of times.
You never see Andy Reid teams doing that. It's a well-coached team. It's a clean team.
No, that Kelsey play where he threw his back to Tony and he scores would have went down as one of the best plays in NFL history.
Yeah.
But if obviously it got called back, but it would have been one of those plays that people were like, oh my God.
Yep.
I put it back to Jeter when he threw the ball to home plate against the A's.
Jeremy Giambi.
Yeah, I mean, just unbelievable that he was that quick to think about it, and obviously it got pulled away. So the Chiefs and the Dolphins tonight, you guys are both leaning Chiefs or Miami?
I'm leaning Kansas City, but look, the one thing I'll say about all these games,
You go either way.
I would not be shocked by any outcome of any of these first round of the playoffs. Any of them.
Yeah,
the one that I'd be most surprised would be Packers over Dallas, but even that's a live game, man. Jordan Love's been on fire, and he can run, so that's going to kind of, temper that pass rush a little bit. That's all of them.
Pittsburgh 1-10 without Watt for a defensive guy. That's an unbelievable.
I liked him a lot more if that game was going tomorrow. Now, with that game being moved, cleaner surface for Buffalo.
Yeah.
The line, folks, if you take my advice right now, it's at 9 right now. Jump on it while you can.
Yeah,
because
it's probably going to go up.
It's going to move in the next hour a lot. So, yeah, I'm kind of with Joe. Any of these games can go, any which way.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them, they all can. That's why the point spread puts it right down the middle.
And the TJ Watt thing is big.
Yeah, he's 1-10.
But Josh Allen struggles against that defense.
Yeah. When he's there.
Yeah.
But Watts isn't there.
And Tomlin will have him ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And veteran coach.
So good.
Up for it.
Yep.
All right, so we'll go to the other game where I know Mike is a big, like a lot of people, Dallas Cowboy fan.
Get on the train, folks.
I saw a good meme this morning. They showed the Cowboys' last Super Bowl parade. Jimmy, you liked it. It was horse and wagons from the 90s, which I thought was funny. First of all, they lose. Does the coach get fired Monday?
Yes, he does. And it's a shame because he has a 620 win percentage. And I thought about, here's a stat for both of you. You guys know any other coach who's won a Super Bowl with two different teams? If Mike McCarthy does do it this year, I can't think of another coach offhand who's done it. Two separate teams. Think about it. Parcells never did it. He got the one. Brett Favre axed
Somebody
him.
has done it.
It's not very common.
No.
So it's a shame because I happen to like Mike McCarthy a lot, but it's going to be with Belichick out there. It's to me, Jerry Jones move waiting to happen. Now they might have a fight over personnel there, but no, I don't see this team losing on Sunday. This team rolls in there. They might get off to a little bit of a slow start. Green Bay's running the ball, and Dallas lost a lot of guys on defense.
Yeah.
But I do think Dallas rolls in and probably wins by 14.
Yeah, Jordan Love again, rookie, first time in a playoff game, Joe.
Big spot.
Big spot. Got to affect them. Dallas averaged this year 41 points when they were home. No matter how they got to 41, that's a ton of points.
Yeah.
I mean, that's almost, I think, 17 or 19 points higher than your average home team.
The Cowboys are a front runner, though. So if Jordan Love wants to win the game, get out and score some points early, it's going to be tough. That's how it's been all year.
Yeah.
If the Dallas gets out the lead, it's very, very tough to keep up with them. So
No doubt about it. Yeah, I mean, for Dallas, you got to take Lamb away. That's his biggest threat, and that's his playmaker. No doubt about it. And you see Dallas, as the year goes on, you're getting him the ball more ways. Not just
forcing it.
Yeah.
And he is responding.
he's one of the best receivers in the league.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
End rounds, little screens.
Any which way possible.
Yeah. Just give him the ball.
Yeah. You think the Packers have a shot?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, they got a two-headed running attack. They got a quarterback who can move, plays really, really well. If the defense can put together a strong effort, man, absolutely. Everything's live.
Mm-hmm.
And look, Dallas is pretty good. Dallas is really, really good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're built to play with a lead. Because if they know your offense is one-dimensional, that's when Micah and DeMarcus are just going to kill.
Yeah.
They're going to just own the backfield, and you're not going to be able to do anything. So if Green Bay can put some points up early, or at least get to the point where the running game isn't taken out of the equation, I think they're live.
Yeah, I tomorrow I do like Cowboys. I'm not a guy traditionally likes to bet them. I think tomorrow with them being home, and again, I'm going to go with this thing all weekend. Guys, first
a lot of
time.
money on that game tomorrow, Greekster.
Yeah, a lot of again, quarterback's first time in the playoffs, it's hard. It's a big thing, especially on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, CJ is home, so it's a little different for him in Houston.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you're on the road, rookie, first time playoffs, that's so much pressure.
There could be a contract hanging in the balance for Jordan Love right now.
Oh, yeah.
If he puts together a strong playoff, they might sign him to an extension this offseason.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with Tua.
Yeah.
I mean, Tua might get signed this. And it looks like they're going to sign him.
Yeah.
For whatever it's going to be, 140, 150 million.
No thanks.
I know, but that's just the way it is. That was Mike, by the way. I love it. No thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Bad as it gets. But, like Joe always says, where are they getting the quarterback from? There's not a lot of – we saw this year. The quarterback play was not good. Yeah, I know there was a lot of injuries, but it's just not great.
I think the league stinks. I've said it all year. This is not a good product of football. I mean, it's exciting. The playoffs is here, and, my team is in a good spot. Joe's team's in a good spot. Greeks, doesn't really have a favorite team, but, I mean, it's the quality of play, especially at the quarterback position, is very, very poor.
Yeah. Brady
Mason
said if he
Rudolph
played.
is starting a playoff game, and the guy didn't play for, 2 years?
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco's on off
Honestly.
the street.
Yeah.
Brady said he would have broke every one of his records this year.
And he's right.
Yeah.
At his age, too. He's right.
I mean, again, it's just like you said, Flacco has come off the bench, off this couch, like they said. He's done a good job. He's won.
Well, and this is
He's got
one
a good
thing,
arm, though, still.
This is one thing that I'll say. He's got a great arm.
Yeah.
He throws a beautiful football. He throws a catchable football. The Browns receivers have responded to him. We've got Deshaun Watson that we paid, $230 million for, 3 first-round picks, all that stuff, right? Joe Flacco looked better than him literally from game 2 on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Game 2 on.
And everybody said
and it's a cautionary tale for the Dolphins. If you do want to extend Tua, look at your coach and look at the offense that he built and look at the cockpit that he built for somebody to sit in and navigate, okay? That is not just Tua, who would be very good, if not dominant, in that offense. You can plug a lot of guys in there.
I don't think Tua can play outside of that offense. I'm just going to be honest with you. He can't drop back and sit there.
Mm-hmm.
That offense is so timed out, perfect for him, that the ball comes out in a perfect spot, and Hill cuts a lot of his routes off and comes back to it. The ball's on him.
He catches punts
exactly
half the
right.
time.
I mean, it's
same to Waddle.
No, I don't think if Tua goes to a different team, he's going to struggle mightily. And I've watched him since he was since his high school tape when he ended up coming to Alabama. Back to Dallas. They win tomorrow. I am officially 2 weeks away from getting myself a brunette and going to Vegas.
Really?
And yeah.
You think about going to Super Bowl?
No doubt about it.
Dallas is there?
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Man, that's big Jack. I got the email from Win, 30,000. I'll forward it to you right now.
Nice.
We said 27.5.
Yeah, maybe we could do a Real Radio GoFundMe for me, Jimmy. What do you think? You want to set that up?
I'll dye my hair brunette. Let's go.
So if Dallas goes to Super Bowl, you're going this year?
I'll be there.
Oh, wow. That's going to be heavy.
How about the Dallas Bills? We'll go together.
Yeah,
buddy.
that'd be cool.
Wow.
That'd be cool.
That'd be crazy.
I'm still hoping for the Browns-Bills AFC Championship.
Speaking of, wait, they just put it back up. They had pulled the Bills Buffalo and Pittsburgh game off the Hard Rock app, but I see it's back now.
That line's going to be back up to 10.5 momentarily.
It's 9.5 right now.
Yeah, it's already moving.
The over/under is up to 39.5.
Yeah, so guys, get the bets in right now if you're leaning Buffalo, or however which way you want to do it. If you want to tease Pittsburgh, it's also going to be. If you want to bet Pittsburgh, I'd wait. But if you want to bet Buffalo, get it in now.
Still is rare to me when a female bets. I had a girl come up to me the other night, New York Prime, and she bets. And she was throwing back and forth. She was toe for toe. She was toe for toe for me on the games and everything like that. And I'm just still, I was more like, wow, you know what I mean? And she was breaking down the games and telling me. And she's on the Hard Rock app, and she was telling me what she was doing. And she liked today. She likes Houston, and she liked the over in the Chief Dolphin game.
Yeah, I don't like her.
Yeah, and Joe, I didn't either. I mean, that's why I didn't ask her to have a drink or anything.
Well, good.
I said,
she doesn't deserve your time.
Yeah,
That's
I
loyalty
said,
right there.
Browns lose. You're not on the show next week. No pressure. I'm going to tell you right. You keep your phone on. I don't want. They only got to win by a 1. I mean, that's it.
Don't you worry about the Fighting Joe Flaccos. We will be fine. We will be
Joe
fine.
Flaccos.
Is that a T-shirt or a
Actually,
billboard?
just the Fighting Flaccos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I mean, we will take care if they win. The Greek will go into his pile of tricks, maybe some champagne or something like that. But if they lose, man, keep that phone off because those messages are going to be coming in with.
Please, I've got an excuse list a mile long, baby. I'm ready. You fire away.
You feel any pressure? You going to watch the game with your dad?
Yeah, of course.
You going to go watch it? You're excited?
Yeah.
4:30?
Always, man. 4:30.
What's on the menu? Now, do you guys eat when you watch the games, or dad gets?
No, I'm gonna get takeout because usually I go over there and my folks are awesome. My dad's a phenomenal cook. He's always whipping up something in the kitchen.
So tell him to do it today.
No, I'm picking up food. I'm treating today.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What?
Well, what's on the menu? You have to have some sort of idea.
Mostly wings and stuff like that. But there's a
football.
restaurant by us that I'm gonna pick up from. I'm a wing guy.
You want me to call
Extra
Joseph's
crispy.
Classic Market? I'll give you my card.
Yes, please do.
Couple stone crabs.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Put it on the G, man.
Screw the wings.
Ease up with the stone crabs. If they win this game, maybe we'll get them 1 going in. I mean, stone crabs. Come on, you got the orange on, baby. I should have had the T-shirt on. I was gonna call you this morning. I said, "Who's got?"
I told you. I'd have brought you a brown shirt.
It was like 5:30. I said, "Who's got a brown T-shirt?" Because I don't want to buy one for the
No
day.
way.
I said, "I don't want to buy it." Maybe Sinatra because he loves orange.
There you go.
There you go. We're gonna come back in a couple minutes. We got Teddy covers. We'll get some picks for him. Mike, you gonna stick around with us for a while?
Depends. What's the vote? We got 3 guys here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Jimmy
Gotta-
says yes.
gotta
Chris
yes.
not even a
says
question.
Big
Greek.
time, yeah.
Greek's in.
50-50. But
Okay,
come on,
well, 2 to 1. You lose.
Pegasus. We got to talk about the Pegasus.
We do.
Calvin
Yeah,
Harris.
that's what we do.
We definitely want you in. We'll talk to Teddy, see what he has. He's going to give us a couple picks. Talk a little college hoops. There's some games today. One game I do recommend you bet against is the UCLA Bruins. Having a lot of problems playing tomorrow against the Huskies.
What happened to that program?
Oh my God, and that coach, and having a lot of problems. So They're playing Huskies tomorrow. That's a game I would bet against. They got beat by Utah the other night, 40 points. It is the Greek, Jimmy, Joe, and special guest Mike. It is playoffs, wild card weekend we got going on. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Rover's Morning Glory.
South Korean lawmakers have passed a bill. The bill bans the consumption and sale of dog meat.
Oh.
It's a centuries-old practice of eating dog meat.
What is the big difference between that and eating all sorts of other animals that we eat? I mean, other animals are intelligent. Not fish. What about goats? Can't goats be friendly?
Friendly, but they're pretty stupid. They eat metal in cans and stuff.
Your dog eats its own crap.
Not a metal
What's
can.
the difference?
Not a metal can.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
At Mattress Firm's once-a-year sale and clearance, you can save up to 60% on select mattresses. Plus, score a free adjustable base on qualifying purchases. Here's to better sleep in 2024. The right mattress matters, and Mattress Firm will find yours.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Rizumkizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment,
Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Hayes the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, full bar, full liquor, full nude. 7 days a week. The beautiful girls are at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Stop in and also enjoy their 5-star menu. And there's always something going on at Monroe's. On Fridays, if you want to kick your weekend off right, it's Fantasy Fridays at Monroe's of Palm Beach. It's 2024 and you want to get the year off to a good start, make sure you stop in at Monroe's and see one of their beautiful ladies. Peace!
Have you been injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident? If so, Smithball, Baez, and Prather, Florida injury lawyers, will help and fight for you. Our purpose is legal power. Our mission is huge results. If you've been injured in an accident, the lawyers at Smithball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smithball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
If you're looking for the yard of your dreams, look no further than Moon Valley Nurseries. America's largest box tree grower is now open in Riviera Beach. Here you'll find a wide assortment of mature trees and hedges to choose from. Work with our dedicated nursery pros to plant your dream yard. Whether you're looking for instant privacy, a relaxing oasis, or a statement piece, Moon Valley Nurseries is here at Broadway in Riviera Beach.
What's the Anna Jar and Levine difference? If you're the victim of a car crash, you will always speak to a lawyer. You'll always get the highest standard of care from our dedicated legal team, and we'll always fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anna Jar and Levine difference. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Don't wait. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
We all make resolutions this time of year, and let's face it, most of them won't stick. But here's one that's not only easy to keep, but will help you feel healthier all year long. Navage. Navage provides quick, drug-free nasal relief by washing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. This time of year, when everyone is sick, Navage helps by sucking out germs, bacteria, and viruses trapped in our noses that cause us to feel miserable. And come allergy season, it does the same with dust, pollen, and other allergens. And unlike medications that can take time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage helps treat congestion symptoms in seconds flat, without drugs. This New Year's, resolve to use drug-free Navage to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Rizumkizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Injured in an accident? Visit Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath at foryourrights.com.
The podcast, The Bible in a Year with Jack Graham, is a moving and inspiring biblical audio experience that will help you master wisdom from the world's greatest book. In each episode, you'll learn to apply biblical principles to everyday life.
Each cinematic episode is a journey through the Bible's most profound stories that will strengthen your appreciation of the Word and inspire you to keep learning.
Listen to The Bible in a Year with Jack Graham on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
But they said if you have an agency in
Festivals.
your own agency that you can make like between 60 and 80 in some big cities, which is great money.
Sure, I can see that. Yeah.
That's pretty
60 to 80 for just a season? That's
Yeah.
fantastic money. Are
That's
you
what I'm
kidding
saying.
me?
That's it. But
6 to 80,000?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was in Post. There was an article. Some Santa
Starting to take
Jeez.
testosterone.
Wow.
You gotta have a fake beard. I have a fake beard.
Guess what I'm growing in now?
Right?
I already got the belly.
Yeah, fake beard. Ho, ho, ho. What's
Oh,
going
my
on?
goodness.
And it doesn't have to be for just kids. It could be parties or anything like that.
Well, that's what it's
yeah.
adult parties as well,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
Christmas parties or that type of thing. So I could see that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they said the average about $8,000 to $10,000 for regular Santas, that work,
That's
stores.
still great
Yeah.
money just for seasonal work.
Yeah, it's
And that's not
$2,500.
even seasonal. That's just like a month.
Yeah. They said the cost, you got to get a red suit, black shoes, obviously black boots. I think you could grow a fake beard, but for 20
Grow a fake one, huh?
Yeah.
Grow a fake
Interesting.
beard. That's interesting.
It
Yeah.
is. It is.
You guys are so technical.
I'm gonna look into that. Hold on. Time to hit the old Google machine and
Cha-cha-chia.
Because I don't really know the reindeer's name.
Part of it, though.
by the way, Google's confused.
Till 2 p.m. on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk from the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Locker Room. Now back to The Locker Room on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Locker Room Wild Card Weekend, baby. We're going to have some picks for you in a minute. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
We got Mike, special guest here. And, of course, we have Joe in the house.
What's going on, boys?
Cleveland Brown fans, so we love them today because I have the Browns. Without further ado, this guy brings winners every week, and he is the guru who will make your wild card weekend seem wild with winners. Good afternoon, Teddy Covers.
What up, Teddy?
Gentlemen, what's the good word today? And I'm just looking. Did the Bills Steelers just get postponed or something happen? What just happened?
Monday afternoon.
Yeah, Monday afternoon at 4:30.
It's not even on the NFL Network, NFL.com.
Yeah.
I was looking on there to see if it was still going to be on CBS, and no, they still show it as 1 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah, they probably haven't
But
adjusted it.
they just haven't changed it yet on the website.
Yeah, so we're going to have to do the
Yeah, no,
pedicures
it's
a little or later, Teddy, in the morning.
Yeah, there's nothing like a 1:30 p.m. Monday game in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, that'd be crazy for you.
Yeah.
Teddy, how you hitting them? What's going on? What do you feel about Wild Card Weekend's got to be a little buzz in the city when the playoffs start in the NFL?
There really is. It's been a pretty good week. I had a great week 18 in the NFL. We had a solid week on the show last week here as well.
Yeah.
So it's been a good week in the NBA this week again. So I really don't have a whole lot of complaints for mid-January. And, yeah, there's certainly – look, I mean, Vegas is buzzy all the time.
Yeah.
There's always something. There really is. Every time you go out, there's there's something that the town's buzzing about. But certainly Wild Card Weekend, with the Super Bowl coming to town, there's definitely an edge in the air. I mean, the fact that Super Bowl's here in Vegas this year is kind of a big deal, apparently.
Oh, tremendously huge. I might fly out, buy a hat, and come back. I mean, it's going to be so big. That's how jacked up I am. And, of course, to see you. Because every time I go to Vegas, I have to sit down with you. That's my one traditional thing. And usually the girl I'm with will always say to me, that's his last name, Covers? I'm like, Teddy Covers. I said, that's it. And, because they got me on an ankle bracelet when I leave my room, so I always have to have a picture and the whole thing. So let's start with a couple picks from you. We got a couple guys. Joe's always with us. Mike's a special guest. They got a couple questions for you. I got something. But where are we going to start today?
So I'm going to give you guys one in the NFL for tomorrow.
Okay.
And one in the NBA for today and one in college hoops for today. So let me give you the one because this college hoops is going to tip off at the top of the hour. This is a 1 o'clock Eastern time start.
Okay.
So let's go with that one first. St. John's and Creighton.
Ooh.
You guys been paying attention to what Pitino's been doing? All of a sudden, St. John's is playing. I mean, they're playing really good basketball in all kinds of different environments.
Mm-hmm.
And that, to me, is something that absolutely stands out when a team is playing at different paces and different venues and playing well in all of them. That's one of those things that absolutely stands out. That's St. John's right now. St. John's is a bet-on team right now. Look at what they've done over the last. So, no, they haven't necessarily covered all these games as favorites. But what they do, they go on the road at Villanova and won. They went on the road at UConn and hung. They went on the road at D.C. and hung. This is a team, and again, they won 6 of their last 7 ball games, right?
Mm-hmm.
5-2 against the spread. St. John's is a team we can make money with, plain and simple, at this stage of the campaign. Creighton came into the season power rated through the roof. And because of that, we're seeing, A, point spread range here where they're laying a little bit too much. And B, they've been struggling to cover as chalk. They really have. Minus 13.5, lose outright. Minus 7.5, don't get it done. Minus 9, this is the last month. Minus 9.5, don't get it done. Minus 11, don't get it done. They're a false favorite right now. I think this game comes down to the final possession. Give me the Red Storm, plus 6.5.
Ooh.
At Creighton.
All right. I like Pitino. I had the pleasure of meeting him, interviewing him down in Miami. Just a great card. So I'll tell you a quick story about Pitino, which is one of the great ones. I was doing a show down in Miami I did for a long time. Jimmy, I think you remember this story.
Mm-hmm.
So when it ended, Pitino and me started talking a little bit about horses. So he said to me, hey, do you have a card? Maybe I'll connect with you. So I give him my card, go back into the building and do the rest of my show with a couple of guys. And when I leave iHeart, about 2 hours later, I see a business card in the parking lot face down. And I said to myself, did he toss my card? I never turned it over. I never turned it over because I didn't want to be hurt. So I said, I'm not. But it was so wild because it was an iHeart card with the logo and it was on the parking lot. And I said, did Pitino, did he do that? And then like a month later, I'm in Bell Harbor having lunch with a beautiful girl. And Pitino's right next to me. And I didn't want to say hi. I didn't want to bother him. It's Rick Pitino. He's with a lawyer. I could see that. But the girl I was with was very easy on the eyes. And as it was going on, like he glanced up, I glanced up. I said, I don't want to say hi because he might not even remember me. And he looks at me and he goes, Greek, you're not going to say hi? And I go, Rick, I didn't want to bother you. He goes, if you weren't with her, you would have bothered me. So that's my Rick Pitino story. And I wanted to ask him, did you throw my card out? But I never picked it up. I just left it up.
That's a great line.
Oh, yeah. I said it. He goes, if you weren't with her, you'd be bothering me. I said, thanks, Rick. But nice guy, a big horse guy. And I never knew if he threw up my card. So I'll just go to go to the grave knowing that maybe Rick Pitino didn't throw away my card because I was like, oh, brutal. He asked me for it. He couldn't have tossed it. All right, sorry to interrupt you. Who do we got next?
It's a good story.
Oh, yeah.
It's worth telling, for sure. Nonetheless, that's a national TV game again. Starts at the top of the hour, St. John, plus the points.
Okay.
Let's go to the NBA for tonight.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a look at the Orlando Magic, plus 11.5 at OKC. And I understand what OKC did the other night against Portland, but part of this is because of what OKC did the other night against Portland.
Mm-hmm.
What was that, a 62-point victory? The second time this year they've shot 60% from the floor against the Blazers.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And when you have a game like that against a team that's not playing defense, and then the next game you face a team that does play defense, like Orlando does. You know, the Orlando Magic are at times offensively challenged.
Mm-hmm.
The defensive effort has been there game in, game out. We saw it again last night in Miami. And Miami's been pretty good. Orlando's been pretty good on the second week back-to-backs, by the way. They've hung tough. But the key here, I mean, my number on the game's 8, all right? And that's with Orlando on the second of back-to-backs. That's with OKC, power rated through the roof. And the markets are giving us 11.5, 12 in this game. I just think that's too many points for an Orlando team that has been very competitive in hostile environments, a team that we like coming off a loss, a team that didn't, they're second of back-to-backs. The only one that played more than 31 minutes last night was Banchero, and he's as young and spry as it comes. Yeah, I think it's too many points. Give me Orlando, plus 11.5 in OKC, and look for a little bit of negative regression from the Thunder after making every shot last time up.
All right, and we'll finish it out with the NFL on Sunday for that perfect 3-0 that we guarantee here today. What do you got third?
Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys. -7 at home against the Green Bay Packers. And we all know how good Dallas has been at home this year. But do we? I mean, this team's 16-0 their last 16 home games. This year, truly dominant on this field. And right now, you read the quotes coming out of Dallas's locker room. Hungry, focused, confident. Dallas is live. If there's one team that's live to beat San Francisco, it's Dallas Cowboys coming out of the NFC. Those are the only two possibilities I see coming out of the NFC this year. There's Dallas and San Fran, and San Fran's being power rated through the roof, and Dallas isn't. I'll give Green Bay all the credit in the world. All right. Packers were a team that faced a lot of adversity this year, and they overcame that adversity. They found ways to win some tough games. But make no mistake about it. All right, this is the youngest playoff team this year. You have inexperience everywhere, and you have key injuries. That's the other thing for Green Bay that the markets aren't necessarily reacting to. This is a team that traded their best cover corner, Rasul Douglas, at the trade deadline. And now the guy who's replaced him, Jair Alexander, he's hurt. One thing you don't want against the Dallas Cowboys is problems in your secondary, and that's what Green Bay has here. The Cowboys are the class. The Cowboys are the hungry squad, and I think the Cowboys win this by more than a touchdown. Give me Dallas, -7 over Green Bay.
All right, Teddy likes the Cowboys. Orlando Magic plus the 11.5. St. John's getting the 6.5. And when Teddy's got some dogs in there, you got a little bit of extra bite. So, again, Jimmy will put them up on our website so you guys can get the picks. Hopefully he stays hot. We got Mike in here and, of course, Joe. Either one of you have any questions to Teddy before I get going?
I would love to know what you think about today's game, the early game, Browns-Texans.
And remember, he's a homer for the Browns, Teddy.
Yeah, just, be gentle.
So, listen, I've gone absolutely back and forth on this game. I'm not playing it. I'm not playing either game today. There's one system that I don't step in front of. I call it my strength of schedule system, and it's real simple. It only works in the wild card round, but it's been unbelievable in the wild card round. 31-10.
Wow.
Over like 20-plus years. And it says you take the team with the much stronger strength of schedule in the regular season, and that team is Cleveland. So the system says take Cleveland in this game, and that's a powerful system.
Yeah. I like it.
That said, I'll put it this way. I'm a Texans believer, and I'm not a Joe Flacco believer.
Yeah.
All right. Flacco's thrown a pick in every game. In every game, Flacco's throwing balls up for grabs.
Yep.
And so far, it's worked out for Cleveland. They made enough big plays. It certainly worked out in the first meeting between these two teams when Amari Cooper went nuts. That was, 3 weeks ago?
Yes, sir.
But I don't know that Flacco chucking it up is going to work in the postseason. And it looks like Anderson's going to go for Houston. I think the pass rush will be there. I think their secondary play will be there. And I'm a Stroud believer. So even though my strength of schedule system says take Cleveland, my power ratings say this is a pick-em game.
Yeah.
And Cleveland's laying points. So I'm not taking Cleveland. It's a pass for me.
I'm with you there. I don't really trust either team, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be shocked with any outcome either way. But I'll tell you right now, even with that Browns pass rush, C.J. Stroud is frightening.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
Hopefully he's not
so
today
good
for your career.
Yeah. Yeah, Teddy, G's got money on the Browns, so if the Browns lose today, I'm out. So
He's fine.
if this is goodbye, it's been a hell of a run. It's been a hell of a run.
No pressure here. You know how I handle people, Teddy. Got to make them learn. You know what I mean? You can't make the horse drink the water, but you got to bring him to the water. Mike, you got anything?
Yeah, Teddy. First of all, I love the Cowboys pick because I am a diehard Cowboy fan. A disappointing week in the world of sports with Nick Saban leaving Alabama. Looking towards next year, it's never too early. A lot of guys returning for Ohio State, but post Kalen DeBoer hire, Bama sitting at 9-1. What are you seeing as far as a future bet this early in the game for next year's college football season that realistically is only 220-something days away?
That's a fact.
This is what I'm seeing in the college football future market. If you're making bets now, you might want to hold off a little bit because there's nothing to say about college football right now. We haven't seen the transfer portal. We haven't seen who's going where. I mean, this is so early in the process. Now, maybe you can get a 9-1 that'll be 8-1 in 3 months or in 6 months, and we actually have an idea what these teams are going to look like. But to tie your money up right now on a long shot, win it all future wager in college football, in my mind, it's a very negative expectation bet. I haven't looked at the numbers. I don't care what the numbers look like now because I haven't done my college football work yet because there's no college football work to be done yet because nobody knows what the teams are going to look like. So I appreciate the question, but college football future marketplace right now is amateur hour. It's not anything I'm looking at.
Jimmy?
Teddy, I got a question, and I don't know how much you've been following the ice, but the Panthers are on a roll. I think they got 9 wins in a row. Do the New Jersey Devils have even a shot at them tonight?
So this is what I know about hockey. I do a show every day. It's called Waker Talk Today. It's on YouTube live, noon Eastern time. And my co-host is a hockey guy.
Oh,
so
cool.
he asks all the hockey questions and does all the hockey stuff, and I listen. But I don't know anything about hockey. I don't know. Absolutely nothing. So I appreciate the question. I feel like I'm shooting you guys down. I feel awful.
Nope.
I'm like, I'm not betting any college football futures.
No.
No.
You're not shooting us down.
Nope, not at all.
Nope. I'll tell you this. It's a big. And why does the NHL do this, where they have all the games on one day and then on the next day and then all the one day and then on the next day? I don't understand that.
It's like a Friday night and 3 girls want to have dinner with you, and Saturday night nobody calls you.
Yeah,
It just happens.
Same thing. It's the same exact thing. I was thinking the same thing, Green.
All
It's
right,
amazing.
Teddy. I got a couple for you. College hoops, you know how I rock and roll. Purdue, 18 over Penn State today. Did they bounce back after that terrible game the other night?
They're supposed to. I mean, Penn State can't handle that team.
No.
You know, look, the price it's priced high enough that I'm not getting there with Purdue, but I don't trust Penn State. You know, Penn State's a fragile team. They're not particularly well coached, and they're not particularly talented. So opposing teams who are able to impose their will on teams like Penn State should be able to do it. I could only lay in that game. But again, you know, when you talk about is there a better bet that I can find today than laying 18.5 in a conference game? There probably is. Leave Purdue, but I don't trust any Lions.
A team that's played really good. Now they're starting to get a little notice. The Horned Frogs, TCU, 2 in a row, 2 big games. Playing Houston today. Houston laying 4.5, but TCU's home. Did they have enough in it to go 3 big games?
Maybe. Look, when you find a team, and college basketball, as much as any other sport, you know, as much as any sport, when you find a team who morphs, all right, they were playing at this level, and now all of a sudden they're playing better or they're playing worse. Boy, the marketplace takes a long time to catch up. There's so many teams in college hoops. Everyone's like, oh, was that just a hiccup? Oh, did they just play bad in that game? And it takes a month where they realize the team's gotten good or gotten bad. That's part of the handicap on St. John's today. You know, that St. John's wasn't all that good in November, but now they're a whole lot better. TCU certainly falls in that category for me. This is a team that the markets, the markets may well be lagging behind. I could only take the Horned Frogs plus the points as home dogs in that game against what might be a fragile. I mean, Houston played a lousy game the other night.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, and I would expect them to play better here. You certainly would. The bounce back makes sense, but TCU is not a team I'm in any rush to stand in front of.
And they're home.
Lean home dog. Yeah, it's not a game I'm playing.
All right, and then Texas and Oklahoma today. Oklahoma got beat the other day by TCU. Line seems a little high for me with Texas, 7.5 in a game that obviously a little rivalry. But what are your thoughts on that?
So Oklahoma's at Kansas.
Right? Yeah, Kansas. Excuse me, not Texas. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Because so I was tempted by Oklahoma in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still tempted by Oklahoma in this game. Kansas has shown some hiccups of late. We talked about it, I think, last week on the show. I'm like, yeah, they might be in a battle today, and they were. And they ended up winning on the last shot, and they lose next time out. And again, when you have a team that is elite, Kansas is an elite team, and you have a couple of, all of a sudden you have a little injury or a little bit out of sync, and if you're not playing quite as well, the markets don't react to that. They're just reacting to Kansas being great. So, yeah, I do think Oklahoma can give them a game today. If I'm playing, I'll look at the dog in that one.
All right, now there's just some news about the Eagles, and I got a good friend of mine who loves them. Not really point spread. He's just curious. Do you think the Eagles got enough, even with Brown being out, to beat Tampa?
Yes.
Okay.
Philly's better than Tampa. All right, and if the Eagles, so the Eagles' A game is better than Tampa's A game. The Eagles' B game is probably better than Tampa's A game. If we get Philly like we saw against the Giants last week, then they'll get blown out in the first half and it'll be over. It'll be a no-show game, and that'll be the end of their season, and then there'll be all kinds of changes in the offseason. But I think Philly has a good game in them, and I think Tampa's beatable. So the Eagles are past for me on Monday night.
All right, he's a good buddy of mine who's been an Eagle fan for years, listens to us all the time, listens to you. Good guy, and just loves the Eagles. So he's always like, hey, can you ask Teddy? I said, no problem. And I charge him $25 every time I ask you a question. So
that's reasonable.
It used to be $50.
It's so funny because, the longer I'm here, the less I understand fandom. And I was a fan. I was a fan. I was Mets, Jets, Knicks, Rangers. I was all the Michigan teams. Lions, Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons. And, now it's what was I thinking?
Yeah. Well, when you're a fan, that's the biggest thing. Sports bettors when
you're powerless.
Yeah. When you first start betting,
it's the most.
Yeah, it's tough because it sucks both ways. Your team loses and you lose money. So if you don't have really any conscience or heart, you don't bet on it. You don't have a team, and that's where I fall into. And you say, screw it, because I got to pay the bills, and you can't pay the bills with your heart at the end of the day. But that's what happens.
I'm a Michigan grad, right? Michigan played for the title in '97, and I cried that night.
Wow.
It was a wonderful, January 1st, 98. I'll never forget that day. It was truly a great day in my life when Michigan won the title. Michigan plays for the title this week. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
It changes.
I mean, I tried to get all my buddies are texting me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just not a fan anymore. So
it happens.
There's such a powerless position to be in.
Yeah, I had Washington on my ticket, 7-1. I didn't hedge, so I went down like the Titanic. But you know what? I thought of you, and I was glad. I was happy that you won and I lost. No, I wasn't. Who am I kidding? I was going Huskies all the way. Teddy, always great talking to you. You were the highlight of my Saturday, no matter who I'm spending Saturday night with. Let everybody know how they get in touch with you on Wager Talk and get the information you need, especially in Florida now where sports betting is legal.
Hi-yo.
On the Hard Rock at the casino or on the app.
Sure, it's real simple. The website's called wagertalk.com. There's a ton of free info. We have live lines. We have videos. We have all kinds of stuff. And we got picks if you want to buy them. Check it out, wagertalk.com. You can follow me on Twitter at Teddy_covers.
Teddy, not expecting much, just for you to go to undefeated all the way to the Super Bowl, and I know you could do it. You got to keep the level high. I know you're going to make it happen. Have a great week, and maybe I will see you before the Super Bowl to get that hat.
I look forward to it. I'll find time for you, Greek. You make town. You make it to town, and Coffee's on me, my friend.
All right, I love it.
Nice guy.
Nice.
I got coffee waiting for me. That's the reason to get on a plane. You're the best, Eddie. Have a great week. Love doing it with you all the time. It is Greek. It is Jimmy. It is Joe with the Cleveland Browns, where he guarantees a win. And if you see him, he'll give you $100.
It's going to be a rocking chair.
And, of course, our special guest, Mike. If you like Joe, listen up, because if the Browns lose today, this is it. We'll be back.
Think we're just in your car? Think again. Anytime, anywhere. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Real Radio wants you to score some red zone revenue.
You asked for it, you got it. You like that?
We're hooking you up with $1,000 up to 13 times every weekday. It's playoff season. Bet on every game, make some crazy parlays, buy some playoff tickets, pay off some of that debt. Once you win the money, we don't care what you do with it.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Listen for the keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Score $1,000 in red zone revenue. Good luck from Real Radio.
Hayes the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, full bar, full liquor, full nude. 7 days a week. The beautiful girls are at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Stop in and also enjoy their 5-star menu. And there's always something going on at Monroe's. On Fridays, if you want to kick your weekend off right, it's Fantasy Fridays at Monroe's of Palm Beach. It's 2024 and you want to get the year off to a good start, make sure you stop in at Monroe's and see one of their beautiful ladies. Peace!
In today's Marketers Report, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
What'd your mom pack you for lunch?
Let's see. A turkey sandwich, chips, and... Oh, fresh from Florida strawberries.
I'll trade you for some string cheese.
Sure. Here's my sandwich and my chips.
No, I want the Florida strawberries.
Seriously? No way.
Can I throw in my juice box?
You can throw in your lunchbox. You're not getting my Florida strawberries.
Pack the snacks your kids want to eat. Look for the sunny, fresh from Florida logo where you shop.
How about my new sneakers?
Nope.
These earbuds?
Nope.
My backpack?
Nope.
This is Scott Smith with Smith Ball, Baez, and Prather. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. Help is just a local phone call away.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, savvy, staying ahead of the market at every turn, finding ways to do more with less, and taking advantage of every opportunity that comes their way. That's why Comcast Business is introducing the Small Business Bonus. For a limited time, you can get up to a $1,000 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle when you switch to Comcast Business, the company with the largest, fastest, reliable network. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call or go online to learn about the $1,000 bonus today.
Give your business a head start in 2024. Get started with internet and security for $49 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add one unlimited mobile line. Call or go online to switch today. Ends 2/21/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 100 megabits per second internet and security edge. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Ring in the new year with the ultimate timeless gift, a diamond from Diamonds Direct. Whether you're ready to pop the question or celebrating a lifetime of love in 2024, Diamonds Direct can make this New Year's one to remember forever. Diamonds Direct is the area's destination for exquisite diamonds in all shapes and sizes, and our nationwide price guarantee ensures you'll get the best value, period. To showcase that spectacular diamond, we have literally thousands of designer settings from all the top names like Decory, Verragio, Simon G, A. Jaffe, and many more. And our experts will guide you every step of the way with the education you want and the respect you deserve. Engagement rings, wedding bands, eternity bands, fashion rings. At Diamonds Direct, we specialize in the ultimate symbol of love, and we welcome the opportunity to celebrate with you. So start the new year with some new excitement, new hope, and some new bling. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. In Boca Raton and now open in Aventura.
Some days days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more. Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like 70s Rock Ride, a commercial-free station featuring the best in 70s rock. Just search 70s Rock Ride and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio weather.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Did you know Discover wants everyone to feel special? That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 customer service, as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
Well, what do you think the rarest month is that people are born?
Jimmy's out of this question?
Because he nailed it. He nailed it.
He asked me in the bullpen.
Yeah, and he got it just like that.
Break.
Just got like, I was like, wow.
Now, repeat the question, please.
What do you think the rarest month out of the 12 is that people are born?
I don't know. I guess I'm going to say this month, November.
November?
Yeah.
No. Want to take another guess?
Your month, February.
How'd you know?
There you go.
Because it's about you.
No.
The Penthouse. Weekdays 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk from the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. To the Locker Room.
Sounds great.
Now back to the Locker Room on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is the Locker Room on Wild Card Weekend. Now it looks like Mr. Rain might be showing up. Might be a little cloudy. So if you're out there and you're on 95, especially after the show ends, be careful. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Special guest Mike's here today.
Hey, how are you?
If you listen to the Locker Room over the years, you've heard Mike join us at Gulfstream Park and also stop in once in a while in the Locker Room with some great picks. He is a good sports guy and a sports aficionado. Of course, Joe is here.
What's up, boys?
Now, no pressure with Joe today with the Browns. Obviously, you have to win. But also, I did notice you walking in today a little bit more pep in your step.
Yeah, of course.
And is that because of something you got new this week?
I mean, it probably helps this scenario. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a pick-me-up.
And what did you get? Why don't you tell the audience?
I got my medical marijuana prescription this week.
Oh, so you're blown out.
So that's what it is.
Yeah.
What is the
I
wife?
call it my Greek medicine.
Yeah.
And my wife medicine.
Oh, so you need to be blown out to be married to your wife and to work with Greek.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow,
Okay, makes
that
sense.
is-
Very much so. I don't.
It's
I
your
don't
grave.
wanna,
You're digging it.
No, I don't want to feel. I don't want to feel feelings at this point. So we're good. We're good.
Have you gone and made your first purchase?
I have.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you nervous, intimidated?
I mean, no.
No.
You know, it was different.
Yeah.
You know.
You miss going to the gas station, meeting the guy in the back.
You know what it is? It's like you with illegal gambling.
Yeah.
You know,
It's not as fun.
It loses a little bit of luster,
Oh,
but
it's so bad. I was dating this girl one time and nobody knew.
yeah.
And then, we came, it was normal.
Yeah,
And it
and then it
wasn't as
wasn't
fun.
fun.
It
Yeah.
just was like,
The
I remember-
secrecy.
Yeah.
It's part of the fire,
I
right?
remember at dinner, she's like, Greek, you seem quiet. And I'm like, there's no more mystique.
Yeah, I'm going to have to move on.
Yeah, it just was a bit like I would meet her at airports and I would talk to her on my phone. Like, we go down the escalator, go to the door, and then left. And then she would come out into the car. Like, all that was gone. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So when it's over, so now, because I know you're doing marijuana for like 7 years, and like gas stations.
Been blowing it out on the regular. Didn't know it.
And back of Wawa and all places like
any
that.
sort of back alley scenario.
Yeah.
You know.
So now that it's legit, is it worse for you? Is it lost the luster? Because it does.
No, it's pretty sweet.
No, it's good?
Yeah, it's a good deal. And
Did they explain what you need and everything like that?
I mean, no, not really. They just
How much did you spend? A lot?
I wound up, so they give like crazy discounts. Your first time at each dispensary.
Yeah,
give,
they are
wild
like drug
discounts.
dealers.
So basically, I got a little less than $300 worth of stuff for about $90.
$300. My God, what are we paying you?
Well, no, it's only
We're not.
It only cost me $90. I didn't spend $300. It only cost me $90.
So what did the wife say about this? Now, does she have a car too?
No.
She don't need
does
one
not.
because she has you.
Yeah, I mean, but she doesn't partake.
She gets high on you, Joe.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
tell you.
sweet.
You'd think that she would, but I don't think she does. I don't think there's any effect there.
We have to have a talk with her.
So
Are you smoke or edibles?
Both. I
okay,
do. The vapor. You know.
Vape.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
yeah,
yep.
Mike, what do you have to say about this, about your new colleague getting into the marijuana world?
You know what? Like anything new in life, or well, not new, but different. I wish him luck.
Yeah.
So do you have your card on you and carry it like James Bond?
No, I haven't. I haven't gotten the card yet. It comes in the mail.
Joe.
Yeah, that's right.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe. I want to
Yeah.
get on. So have you thought about branching out on your own and maybe because you got a discount sold for more to people you know?
No, I have not thought about that.
Yeah, it's slightly illegal.
Yeah, remove the slightly.
Just a little.
Remove the slightly there. But yeah,
Just
no,
a touch.
Because you are tied to us. We don't want any of that. Go on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
No,
we're
of
legit
course.
here.
Of
You know what I'm
course.
saying? We don't do anything.
Yeah, stuff gets sticky.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I don't want to bring.
No pun
Yeah.
intended.
I don't want something coming off the internet that I got to defend you.
Of course,
my God,
of course.
Joe's in jail
Yeah,
again.
there's no defending this guy. Come on now.
Well, I wish you all the luck in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like
who
I
was the
need-
doctor that you kicked to give you the fake thing that you were sick?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I mean, we're not. We're not.
You
doing
can't say
any
his
of that
name.
stuff. No.
Write it down.
Yeah, write it down. Give me that number. Let me ask this guy some questions.
All right, so there are some rules in the locker room. So
yeah,
we'll
what
let
you
you know
got?
that.
Fire away.
All right. First of all, if you have any of this thing that you have to do, I'm not going to judge you.
Yeah, of
if you
course.
want to get high, get high. I prefer you don't get high.
No judge me on it.
Jimmy knows me for years. I prefer you don't get high before you come and do the
Did you
show.
not hear medicinal, sir? This is all very medically driven.
Okay, that story you want to throw that to somebody who's looking for Cinderella's slip here. Because I'm not buying it. Because I think 90% of people who are on that are just a little bit on the side. But you do what you want. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying. I don't want you behind when you're on the radio. We have We're role models here.
I'm a professional. Okay.
I want to make sure you realize that. This
Yes.
girl told me that the other night. I said, I know. How much?
I know, I'm paying. I know you're a pro.
Jimmy, who we got on hold?
We got Anthony on the line. Hey, Anthony, what's going on?
What's up, A-Rod?
Hey, what's up, locker room? How's everybody doing?
Anthony, what am I going to do with you? You come on the radio and you give me Purdue and you tell me it's going to win. And I don't forget when you give me picks. Now, I love you and you bring us pies every Christmas, but you better have a winner tonight.
What are you talking about? Eastern Michigan won. You didn't pick on that?
What about Purdue?
Oh, my God. Are you serious? I went 1-1. Would you rather have a push or a loss?
We're not talking about Eastern Michigan. We're talking about Purdue.
Yeah.
We're talking about your shortcomings. We're not talking about your wins.
Yeah.
Who's winning today? You better have a winner because Joe's got the Browns. He's guaranteed, or he's getting a sex change. Who do you got?
Nice. All right.
I've never seen anyone sit at a blackjack table with two kings, and the dealer has two kings, and there's a push, and then they complain about it.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. Well, first of all, wise ass, if I split, I lose money. I'm not here to lose money. I'm here to win money. So when you give me two picks, you go 2-0. Watch the movie Get Shorty. You don't give me a book with a miss.
You got that in it?
Anthony, you know I'm kidding. I love you. What do you got, buddy? How are you?
I can walk on water. It wouldn't be good enough for you.
You're dealing with a very high element here. And now Joe, who is
very high.
Now Joe stoned all the time. I mean, forget it.
And now Mike has a hookup.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so the Browns game. I told you a couple of days ago I like the Browns. Just to see what that defense can do on the road. The Kansas City Chiefs game and the Dolphins game. That's so weird to me. How the total hasn't been like that crazy affected. They're saying 15-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and everything I hear about guys playing in the cold before, they don't like playing in the cold. You know, when it comes to hits, and wouldn't you think that they were going to be running the ball more?
Yeah, probably.
Than throwing it around. Why isn't the total going down? G?
Well, they said, if you look at all the cold games, it really hasn't affected the total too much. That's what the experts have said. Studies have shown. I think it's going to be a very cold game, obviously, tonight. But I think Miami more, we talked about the concern, is the injuries that they have. And they have so many injuries, not only on one side, both sides. Miami could pull this off. I mean, McDaniel would look like a genius. And everybody would love him even more than they already do. I think it's just a tough spot for them. We can't say. I think Tyreek Hill's going to have a big game. I think they're going to lean on him. But I think at the end of the day, Kansas City will win and cover.
Whose run game is better, the Chiefs or the Dolphins?
I'd take Dolphins.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know. I think the Chiefs got a better line.
I think Pacheco's pretty good too. So
Yeah,
it's hard to.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with the Dolphins is they got two.
Yeah.
Pacheco's the only one that really. I mean, when Pacheco came in from Rutgers 2 years ago, he was third, and now they use him totally.
Yeah, I like Pacheco, and I like the Chiefs' running game, but I mean, what are we talking about? Devin Achane is fantastic.
Yeah.
Raheem Mostert
No
had
doubt.
20 touchdowns.
Yeah.
When they stick to the running game, they run all over everybody.
It opens up everything else for them, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Chiefs got a good defense. I mean, again, you have an opinion. You like Miami. I
No,
think
of
the Chiefs,
course, of course.
It's a one-headed monster. I take Pacheco, too. I think he's really good.
Edwards-Helaire in or out? Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
I think he's still out, is he not?
Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't played that much. He was banged up. So, Anthony, who do you like?
Okay, I'm going to give you two, but not in football. I'm going to give you the Utah Jazz money line at home against the Lakers tonight.
Mm-hmm.
The Utah Jazz are on fire, and the reason they're on fire is because they play on a team. Their assist record is crazy. That everybody, the ball is going around nice and smoothly. That's what it takes to win games in the NBA. I want you to take the Utah Jazz money line at home.
What's the money line, Anthony?
It's +105.
Yeah, it's a home. I'm with you. Small home dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want you to take Southern Illinois at home, getting two against the Drake Bulldogs. Gee, I don't want to break it all down to you because I know you're going to.
Who went to Southern Illinois? What's their most famous basketball? Shut up for a minute. Who went to Southern Illinois? One of their most famous basketball players. And if you get this right, I'll give you $500 cash next time I see you.
The Salukis?
Give me. I don't know. Give me a.
That's why. You got no game. Walt Frazier. Come on. You got to know this stuff, Anthony, if you're going to come to the Hall strong.
Bill Frazier.
Yeah, for the Knicks. Hall of Famer. Come on.
Oh, my God. Jeez.
Well, you don't know Clyde Frazier and Pearl Monroe, bro? Come
on, man. What do you know? Get your head out of the books. Come on. Stop chasing girls.
Yeah. Stop getting an education. That's awesome.
Anthony, we love you. Utah and your Southern Illinois. We'll see what happens. And I'm 99% Frazier went there. We might have to back that.
Let's get back. It's one of those type of facts.
yeah, we got to check that. I think he went to Southern Illinois. I'm pretty good. I'm going back to the late 60s, but I think Walt Frazier did go there. My buddy Mike's going to check it. But Anthony, you're great. Have a good weekend. Thanks for the picks. Utah tonight, a little bit more stronger than I think the other one because people are not that familiar with it. Jimmy? Frazier went there? Yeah, I am the Greek. Yeah. No computer in front of me. No 17 people handing me stuff. Yeah, do your homework, Anthony. You're bringing it. Come on, damn it.
Oh yeah. The same guy who liked Washington, right?
That's all right.
Ooh.
That's all right. I don't get them all right because if I did, I wouldn't be here.
That's all right.
I'd be in Monte Carlo on a boat fishing for salmon with no pole.
Great guy. You know I'm your biggest fan, and I'll throw the challenge flag down to anybody.
I love you, Anthony. You're great, buddy. You have a great day. I hope you win some money.
I love you.
Love you. Whew, Walt Frazier, Southern Illinois. Like
that was a sweat. I saw it too.
Yeah.
Freaking God.
Years ago when I met Jason Weiser, my attorney who does sponsor the Greek Zone, I met his father at a restaurant in Miami.
Okay.
First time ever, and it's like 14 deep. Jimmy, I think you remember the story we talked about. Jason talked about it. And he's thrown out talking about, basketball players, where they went to school. And I'm, at the end, not yelling, but saying them.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden he goes to me, "You know hoops?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Come up here. Sit down." And I sat down. He started like ripping guys off to me, and it was like in front of 12 people. And he's like pulling names out, and I went like 6 for 6. So he goes, "All right, you sit up here." He threw out like Cassie Russell,
and Jason had to go to the other end.
yeah. Jason, and that's how I met Jason. And I think it was China Grill in Miami.
Okay,
and we bumped into. We all went to a Heat game, and I knew a mutual friend. He said, "Hey, we're going to get some duck." I don't like duck.
Yeah.
He's like, "We're going." But I said, "All right, I'll go." Bang around with these guys for a while. But he was a nice guy. Jason tells the story a little better than me. But he's throwing out guys that were so like Cassie Russell and old Knicks, or Walt Frazier. So I got about 6 in a row already. He goes, "Oh, you're pretty good.
Pretty
Come
good.
on, come on."
I like you, kid.
Yeah. And little did I know, it turned into a 20-year relationship and a great attorney. And always involved in backing me and sponsoring me with the shows, which is great. And if you need him, you can call him at 561-689-8180. Mm-hmm. That's how pros do it, Joe.
That's pretty quick. Jip right there.
All right, so we'll go back to the Cowboys in Green Bay. We do think the Cowboys, I know Mike likes them. He liked them from the beginning. I think they cover it because of what they said they scored. So tomorrow night, there's a weird game. The Rams are playing, and there's a lot of pressure on this game because, again, whether you like it or not, he was let go by Detroit.
Yep.
And again, Goff was let go by the Rams.
Yep.
So there's a lot of animosity there. The fans are burning jerseys, which is crazy.
Yep.
Detroit, Mike, you talked about it yesterday. First home game since, my God, a playoff game?
Well, in the building ever.
Ever.
Okay.
Yeah, but 91,
Yeah,
right?
in the building.
So that's crazy in itself. Lions winning the division. Campbell's a story. They lost their tight end. That's a big loss.
Big loss. The other thing, too, is they're an eligible player away from playing Green Bay. And it's going to be an interesting game tomorrow night. That's just a weird game. It really is.
The one thing with the Rams is they got a great line, obviously, defensively. And he, to me, when he's on, and he almost like he got a duplicate of the star he had.
Yeah.
This kid, to me, and he's not.
And you're talking about Stafford, though.
Yeah. He has gotten not enough press because he's out there, but he broke every record.
If there was no C.J. Stroud,
yeah,
all we would hear is Puka Nacua because what he's doing is wild.
Yeah, he set the record. A record that was in the 60s for a rookie.
And it was one thing when Kupp was hurt the first, 5 weeks?
Yeah.
Right? And it's like he came back. You're like, okay, well.
He's going to go.
I had Puka on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
I put him back on the bench. I was like, Kupp's there.
Yeah.
It's like he's not going to get fed like that. Dude's phenomenal.
Yep.
And one thing with him, when you watch him, anything he touches, he catches.
Yes, he does.
Great hands, deceptive speed. He's good running after the catch.
They're duplicate.
He's a rock star.
He
man.
really is. With the two of them, they could give Detroit some problems. Now that Detroit's got great receivers, too.
Of course.
And they got the running backs.
Yeah.
And they're home.
Yes.
I think it's really going to come down to can they put enough pressure on him as a quarterback for the Rams.
And not just that, though. Goff's got to play well, too.
Yeah.
Goff's got to make plays. And look, Aaron Donald can wreck a game now. But Detroit does have probably a top 3 offensive line in the NFL. Really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good offense. But Mike nailed it. No Sam Laporta's a big deal. He's a big deal. A lot of play action bootlegs where they just drop it to him for 5 yards and he takes it 15.
Mhm.
That kid's really, really good, and that's definitely going to hurt.
Indoors, you got to lean toward the over every time Detroit plays.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, because the Rams are not beating them 13-10.
No.
I mean, they're just not. So I think that's a game that's going to go over.
Yep.
But it seems like a lot more people are on the Rams.
Yeah.
And obviously the experience that he has. McVay's a very good coach, really knows how to get there. He's done very well in the playoffs over the years. Again, Campbell, I think people like him and they want him to win. But what he's doing with Detroit, and again, getting them notoriety, playoff game home, which is huge. I mean, there's all around there that he's definitely won. But I'm definitely leaning toward the Rams. And your pick is who? Rams?
Yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah, you like Detroit.
Flip a coin. This game, to me, is going to come down to just the excitement of the fan base in Detroit. They've had a great season, good couple years for Dan Campbell versus a team that I think is a very dangerous team in the NFC. I can't really tell you. I'm going to go with the home team.
Yeah, the Rams have played good, though, down the stretch. Because,
Yeah,
I mean, in the middle of the season, everybody was like, they're done.
And they lost Stafford for a little bit, didn't they? A couple weeks?
Yeah, they did. They definitely beat. They beat your Browns a couple weeks ago.
Beat the brakes off them.
Yeah. But they pulled away in the second half. But they, they had a good game. That was Flacco's first game, I think.
It was his first start.
Yeah. And they ended up losing in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
But they were coming back.
Yeah.
But again, Rams, I bet them in Vegas 45-1. Just for blanks and giggles, because you never know what's going to happen. The team gets hot.
It's a good bet.
Yeah, I mean, they get hot. I mean,
a Super
again,
Bowl winner at head coach and quarterback, and a team that's on the rise.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
a good
again,
bet.
it's only a good bet if it wins.
Of course.
I mean, I mean, that's what it comes down to. When they lose, you look at it, you say, what was you thinking like everybody else? But again, when you're looking at it, you're saying, you know what, this team could get hot. And that's what you're looking for in the playoffs. Some team to get hot and to run a little bit of a run. So we'll see what happens with that. Philly and Tampa. Philly's banged up. Tampa, last week I watched them. I know what Baker did, like you said. And it seems like they're Heckle and Jekyll. They had a great game a couple weeks ago. Then they played terrible against the Saints.
Yeah. Well,
and then they play Carolina and win 9-0.
So the thing is with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers you've got a banged up but efficient quarterback, and you've probably got 6 or 7 superstars around a bad team. They don't have a great offensive line. The defense isn't great. It's a little bit banged up. And their superstars, some of them are starting to fall off. You still got some big names on that defense, but it's not a good defense. This is, I mean, one of Tampa's losses was to Houston, and they lost like 39-37 because they just couldn't stop C.J. Stroud.
No.
And anytime your offense puts up 30-plus points and you lose,
that's bad.
You got problems
Real
on
bad.
that other side of the ball. So I think, look, I think this Tampa-Philly game, probably the 2 worst teams in the playoffs right now, just based on where they're at physically in this season. So, I mean, this is not only is it a toss-up, but neither one's going further than the second round. Whoever wins is, going to be one and done after that.
Mike, what are your thoughts on this game?
Philadelphia was the bet of the week. I told you up until A.J. Brown's news an hour and a half ago. I still like Philadelphia. Yep.
Teddy does too.
Yeah, it's a dangerous game. Obviously, all the money's going to be on Tampa Bay. I imagine. I'll have to
You
look
think?
yeah, I do. I'll look at the spread of it later, but yeah, I'm going to still go Philadelphia.
The Philly run game is the equalizer.
Philadelphia's
right
bet of the week.
They're going to be able to pound the ball. Jalen Hurts can obviously do,
Joe, my thing is this team could have wrapped the division up against New Orleans. They just don't show.
Yeah.
And then they really don't show last week either. They win 9-0. So, what's going to change against, worse teams that they're going to see this week.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Philadelphia could be just on a crash course for guys quitting. That's a possibility, too. I mean, they're just on a downhill. It's pretty hard to switch this time of the year. So
anytime you make a switch on the coaching side, defensively,
yeah, they did it with
mid-season,
Patricia.
and you try to plug in Matt Patricia of all people.
Yeah.
I got zero.
That guy was supposed to be unbelievable, and very shortly he's going to be out of the league. Soon.
He might be. I mean, again, they started off 10-1, bad January. The offensive defense coordinator they lost last year. Nobody really made a move about it and said it's not a big deal, but it finally caught up to him.
2 great coaches, man.
Yeah.
They both look like they belong. I mean, Gannon, obviously struggled out in Arizona, but that team, to me, was a lock for the number 1 pick. So the fact that he had them fighting with
at the end
the
of the
likes
year.
of Josh Dobbs, yeah, like that tells me he's a good coach. And Steichen was a playoff berth away from being seriously considered for Coach of the Year. He was in the discussion. But now it's a 2-horse race between Stefanski and DeMeco Ryans, in my opinion.
I think Ryans gets it.
What's
I
that?
do too.
I do. I just think,
I have zero issue if he gets it.
Yeah.
I think it's Kevin Stefanski's second in 4 years. I think he's done a phenomenal job.
He has.
You
He
won
does.
a game with 4 different
Hey,
starting
man, I
quarterbacks,
love
all
the
those
Browns.
injuries.
Every week, it's amazing. Every week we got to keep talking him down from it.
I know. I know.
I mean, I'm on the Brown train.
You know how angry I am that he bet on him? He's been against them all year, and they're just racking up dubs.
Yep.
And now it's the playoffs. He's like, oh, hey,
He's jumping on board.
I found a Browns hat. Let's do it.
I was supposed to have a conference call today with Halle Berry, and I said to go over a script, and I said, Halle, I can't do it today. I got to watch the Browns.
She's going to write the Browns into the script now.
Okay, yeah.
So you're good.
I'm
Yeah.
good.
I smell an Oscar, I'll be honest.
No pressure, Joe. But the roses that will come at you if they win
Yeah.
will be unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
And the bullets
Almost
that will come
overwhelming.
at you if they lose.
Yeah.
Bullets.
Oh, yeah.
Bullets.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Turn your phone off. Just turn it off.
Move away.
That's what my new medicine's for, G. We'll be okay.
Oh,
I'll
you got the
rebound.
new Babanya.
It's going to move to Tampa.
All right. Well, Joe, we wish you all the luck in the world with
Yeah,
your
appreciate
Babanya
it, homie.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you need a little help, it's fine. Like I said, don't bring it into the locker room because we are role models here.
I would never. Come on.
Okay. And if you need something to keep up with me, I'll slow it down. It's the Greek and
No,
Jimmy.
that'd be cocaine.
Yeah, right.
Somebody do a bump quick.
More than a bump. Joe's in the house, and our special guest, Mike, will be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Hot take, don't love key lime pie.
No,
delicious.
I would prefer cheesecake.
Cheesecake?
Yeah.
Lumpy
Yeah.
ass cheesecake? No, you want a cold.
Where
key
are you
lime
getting your
pie.
cheesecakes that they're lumpy?
Lumpy Cheesecake Factory.
The news junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
The music we listen to all year long.
The anthems that were our soundtrack for 2023.
And the stars who made the songs we love will all be celebrated.
Live from Los Angeles on Fox, April 1st.
Be here as the nominees for our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Awards are announced.
Let's get it started.
Thursday at 9 a.m.
Hayes the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Adult entertainment, upscale dining, full bar, full liquor, full nude. 7 days a week, the beautiful girls are at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Stop in and also enjoy their 5-star menu. And there's always something going on at Monroe's. On Fridays, if you want to kick your weekend off right, it's Fantasy Fridays at Monroe's of Palm Beach. It's 2024 and you want to get the year off to a good start, make sure you stop in at Monroe's and see one of their beautiful ladies. Peace!
I'm Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather Florida Injury Lawyers. If you've been injured in a car accident in Palm Beach County or the Treasure Coast, call us to schedule a free consultation at one of our offices located in Palm Beach Gardens, Port St. Lucie, or Boca Raton. If you've been in an accident, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, savvy, staying ahead of the market at every turn, finding ways to do more with less, and taking advantage of every opportunity that comes their way. That's why Comcast Business is introducing the Small Business Bonus. For a limited time, you can get up to a $1,000 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle when you switch to Comcast Business, the company with the largest, fastest, reliable network. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call or go online to learn about the $1,000 bonus today.
Give your business a head start in 2024. Get started with internet and security for $49 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add one unlimited mobile line. Call or go online to switch today. Ends 2/21/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 100 megabits per second internet and security edge. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's music to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text music to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text music to 96551. Text the word music to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
We all make resolutions this time of year, and let's face it, most of them won't stick. But here's one that's not only easy to keep, but'll help you feel healthier all year long. Navage. Navage provides quick, drug-free nasal relief by washing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. This time of year, when everyone is sick, Navage helps by sucking out germs, bacteria, and viruses trapped in our noses that cause us to feel miserable. And come allergy season, it does the same with dust, pollen, and other allergens. And unlike medications that can take time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage helps treat congestion symptoms in seconds flat, without drugs. This New Year's, resolve to use drug-free Navage to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar and Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies, and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Main office, West Palm Beach. Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
John, what are you doing? Get in my car. Why are you walking to work?
Thanks, man. It's these insanely high gas prices. They are draining my bank account. I can't afford to drive anymore.
Dude, don't walk. Just do what I do, because I never pay full price for gas anymore. I use the free Upside app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, you're telling me you get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WINNING for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code WINNING. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WINNING for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code WINNING.
Injured? Visit Lytle Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath at foryourrights.com.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
In NFL Super Wildcard Weekend action tonight, the Dolphins visit the Chiefs. DraftKings line has the Dolphins as 5-point underdogs. The shorthanded Heat without Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, and Kyle Lowry squeaked by the visiting Magic last night. Miami hosts Charlotte tomorrow evening. And Washington's Kalen DeBoer will succeed Nick Saban as Alabama's next head football coach, according to ESPN. I'm Bill Herendon.
From the versatile EQB to the sublime EQS sedan, Mercedes-Benz makes electric extraordinary. The vehicles are all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. The choice is all yours. Learn more at mbusa.com/EQ.
The podcast, The Bible in a Year with Jack Graham, is a moving and inspiring biblical audio experience that will help you master wisdom from the world's greatest book. In each episode, you'll learn to apply biblical principles to everyday life.
Each cinematic episode is a journey through the Bible's most profound stories that will strengthen your appreciation of the Word and inspire you to keep learning.
Listen to The Bible in a Year with Jack Graham on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
But I do at 47142 started off with Real Radio. Our girl Sarah figured out what asparagus means. But first she said, I'm laughing so hard, I'm crying right now. I turned on Real TV to see your reaction to my text. She said, thank you for starting my day with laughs. Greek, you're not stupid. You're entertaining. And you're just trying to get us involved. Mission accomplished. Yeah. Love you all. And then she said that asparagus is slang word for marijuana. She looked it up. Is that what you meant?
No.
All right. Wondering.
It's not what I meant. Absolutely not. I don't even know what I meant. I went to the wrong restaurant last night.
Shocker.
The Penthouse.
Weekdays 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Real talk from the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Locker Room.
Damn right.
Now back to The Locker Room on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the locker room on a Saturday, 92.1 Real Radio. Teddy Covers joined us from Las Vegas, gave you some picks earlier today. He likes St. John's. They're getting set. Like Orlando Magic tonight. They are getting 11.5 they're taking on. And then Sunday, he liked the Dallas Cowboys. Jimmy put those up on our website. Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Good afternoon, Greek Joe.
We got Joe feeling any pressure with the Browns today at 4:30.
None at all.
None at all.
Not even the slightest bit.
Now, is that because you believe in your team or because you're blown out? Which one is it?
First of all, I don't necessarily appreciate that term in reference to that, but no, I told you, man, Brown's got house money. Dude.
Let's go.
I'm on a postseason run led by Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco,
get the hell out of here!
I don't care
what happens. It's an additional game. I'm all about it. I love it.
Good.
I'm having a blast with it.
Chin
Texans
Don.
are tough, dude.
Mm-hmm. Chin Don. I don't want to hear anybody's stuff. I don't want to hear that. That's to me is when people say that they're not 100% sure the other team's stuff. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear
What do you mean?
I don't want to hear it go your way. I want a winner.
I love that because I'm not 100% sure that something I have no impact on is going to go a certain way.
Hey,
come
dude,
on.
I don't want to hear the other
If
teams
I knew,
go.
I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be sitting in your chair, handsome. That's right. That's right. I'd be telling you, hey, Greek, what do you think?
I'd be telling you what I think. I'd be like, you want to get on my train? It's going to cost you something. Choo-choo. Alabama, huge decision this week. Saban retires after 17 years, 6 titles with them. I think he was in 4 other championship games that he might have lost. 1 with LSU. Again, when people have great success, you get a lot of hate. And if you look at it objectively, he's one of the best college football coaches ever.
Yep.
Unbelievable what he's done. Again, he said, hey, you know what, at my age, 72, he looks great, by the way.
Yeah.
At 72. And just said, hey, it's a lot on me and what the job requires. Again, I think this is something that they knew about because they got a replacement in 24 hours.
Yep.
Not sure about the replacement. Good coach with Washington, but not a name. And I don't know if he can really bring in the kids. The portal is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But what goes on with Alabama, do they fall off all of a sudden? But again, just a fantastic career. The guy did it all. You can't, again, you don't like him, well, don't have an opinion because you're being biased. But the guy was just a guru of what he did.
Yeah. Just like Belichick, he's on the Mount Rushmore of coaching. He's phenomenal. He's absolutely fantastic. And there's no way for Alabama to even make a lateral move. Forget upgrading. That's completely impossible. But even a lateral move is next to impossible. And I like Kalen DeBoer. He's a good coach.
Yeah.
He did great in Washington. He's been a good offensive guy at every single stop. I don't think Alabama's ever going to be the same, even though DeBoer's a good hire. It's a great hire for them, given the circumstances.
Sure.
But again, literally best possible scenario of how this ends up, it's a lateral move. Okay? So I expect a gradual decline in Alabama. And look, Alabama, people forget, before Saban got there, between Saban and Stallings,
they were terrible.
Terrible.
Not good.
It's not like it's some perfect, pristine program that's going to be good no matter who's there.
No.
So I think Kalen DeBoer is a good hire, but I expect a gradual decline in Alabama, especially with the way college football is going right now.
Yeah.
It is the Wild West.
Even with him, I think there might have been a decline just because of the portal.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, again, I think with Saban, he's just so good at so many things, details, everything he does.
Yep.
They would have been in the playoff next year automatically. Now, if they ever fall next year where they don't make the playoff, it's going to be bad because there's a 12-team playoff, obviously. But again, I don't think he gets enough credit. Him, Belichick, when you win a lot, people don't like you. The Warriors in basketball right now, the Yankees all the time. You're going to get your haters out there that, and the Yankees haven't won for years. Dallas Cowboys get it. But Saban, I just think, did so much for the game. And I think even if you're Georgia, and you're looking out over and you're like, the Michigans, you want him there.
Yeah.
Because it's, you want to beat the team at their best, with their best.
Yes.
And, Macro talked about when Borg retired years ago in tennis, how he cried.
Yeah.
He goes, I cried. He goes, I didn't have the guy you hate is also the guy you love.
That drives you.
Yeah, and you need him. And I think Saban leaving college football for a lot of people, 49 first-round picks, only 27 losses in 17 years.
Yeah, what, 206 and 27, something like that? It's insane.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Crazy
success
stuff that he did.
Yeah.
And again, hats off to him. I just did a fantastic job. I think he did a lot for college football. And when you're that good, you're going to get your haters. You're going to people. And he was also the measuring stick. We beat Alabama. Wow.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. FSU, their coach is staying, but they got a little nice boot yesterday.
Yeah,
They're going to be hurt for a couple of years. Texas quarterback, he's staying. Their quarterback was bolting, but now he's staying. He's coming back. So Manning, I don't know what he's going to end up doing. But again, Saban, big news. I'm sure Belichick knew, and I'm sure Alabama, their inner circle knew. Do you think it would have added anything to the kids? And he didn't want to take anything away, it looks like, from the kids in the last run, because everything would have been about Saban, wherever he went.
Oh, yeah,
the playoff, all the questions, all of this is your
if it was like a farewell tour.
Oh, yeah. So I think it shows you a little bit of his personality, because he didn't want to make it about himself.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
I love the way he did it.
Yeah.
I love the way it went down like that. I thought that was class.
Yeah.
100%.
And nobody saw it coming.
Yeah.
No.
Nobody did. There wasn't even like the hint, like, he might tell you, he's getting older, he's this, he's that. That came out of the blue for me. I was surprised.
The only thing that people said was that he bought that big house in Jupiter like 4 months ago, and he bought the car dealerships in Miami.
Yeah.
So some people said, hey, that was a little indication because he could have waited to bought that house if he's up there.
Yeah, but it's also diversifying your portfolio.
Yeah, well, it's Nick Saban. I want to go in the offseason. I want to go to Jupiter. I mean, I wouldn't think of anything of that. And then, of course, the restaurant, that's investment.
Yeah.
So
the car dealerships I see.
the dealerships, I'm sorry.
Yeah. The house in Jupiter in the winter. I mean, the summer, it's hot down here. I mean, who knows? I mean, I think obviously he must have known going in. His inner circle knew. Alabama obviously knew, because 2 days they got a replacement. Yeah. And that's not a job you replace in 2 days.
Yeah,
There's no way.
Well, I mean, think about it, though. There are 3 programs right now that I would just say are like above everybody else. It's just Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State. Those programs
Michigan?
are up there. And Michigan right now, yeah. Yeah. And, with the uncertainty with Harbaugh, who knows what's going to happen in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like any of those spots can absolutely get filled with a premium coach inside of 2 days, no doubt.
Well, it's a lot, though, when you're picking somebody to recover, be over a legend.
No, of course.
I
but
think
like
they
I
knew
said,
for a
though,
month.
there's like best case scenario, it's a lateral move.
Yeah.
So you get your.
Oh no, I don't think it's. I don't
have your pick of anybody.
Yeah,
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
I mean, whether or not that gets done in 2 days, that's where I see your point there, Greek.
Yeah, I think the college system too, the way they got to have the kids recruit and they got to constantly be with them. They didn't want it to be Lou, too much. I think Saban might be sat down with them whenever November, December, and saying, guys, I'm pulling in the wagons. I'm done. So start looking, start talking to people, whatever, because he also knows if he didn't do it that way, I think he still cares about Alabama, obviously the program.
Yeah.
Went to work the next day. They showed him go to work 7 o'clock in the morning, and he doesn't want to see them get behind the 8 ball.
Yeah,
Just like Aaron Rodgers said, last week, they said, who are you rooting for, Packers and Dallas? He goes, you stupid? Of course the Packers.
Yeah.
I mean, so you have that loyalty. You root for whoever's there. But again, I don't think he gets enough credit for what he did. Down here especially, there's a lot of hate because what happened with the Dolphins. But when they re-examined everything, it was basically the Dolphins didn't want to go after Drew Brees, and he wanted a quarterback.
That was it. That was it.
Yeah.
I mean, whether or not he's fibbing about that now, but I mean, that's what he says. When that decision was made, and it wasn't in his, he
favor.
didn't have that. He didn't have any a say in that matter. That was his decision. Yep.
And it's crazy too. Because if you think about the prospects of Saban and Breeze versus Belichick and Brady for all those years, man, that could have been awesome.
Yeah,
that could have been really, really cool.
You gotta wonder.
Yeah, but again, that's the management at the time, the ownership who went against him, and not giving him full reign.
And
I
that,
heard
that also
too.
is too. I mean, what happens? Does Drew Brees come down here and have the success
Exactly.
that he
If
had in
doesn't-
New Orleans?
If he doesn't
right?
hook up with Peyton, you're
that's
absolutely right.
I mean, obviously, if he's here and he's with Nick Saban,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good combination there. But what's around them?
And who's the offensive coach? Because
yeah.
Saban's the defensive guy. I'm with you there. I mean, you never know how things are going to work out.
Sure.
But one thing I heard too was that Mrs. Saban was not about South Florida.
Yeah, she didn't like
and I mean, happy wife, happy life, all that stuff, man. That can be a catalyst no matter what.
Yeah, if you don't like the area, then it's like, what are we doing here?
Sure, sure.
And so he said, obviously, for life. I'm sure he might even be doing some TV. You could
He'd
see
be
him
great on TV. He already does it. He's good. He's
college
great.
game day, you could see him. I mean, I think he'll always get the credit he deserves. They already got a statue out there for him in Alabama. I think they put up in 2012. But again, this guy, 6 titles, one with LSU, 7. Belichick and him coach together on your Browns.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I think the Two Goats podcast with Belichick and Saban would be like the greatest podcast ever.
Yeah.
Just hearing them talk ball,
Sure,
That'd be so cool.
Now, Michigan wins the other night. Big W for them. Game was close, even though it looked like a blowout. I mean, the first quarter, it looked like it was lights out.
Yeah.
It was 17-7, but Washington's defense steps up. And then in the fourth quarter, it was 20-7. They get a big break, and whatever it was, 13-7.
Yep.
And then they get a penalty, and then they get picked off. The game ends.
Yep.
He wins, which is great. Do you think he leaves?
I hope so. I just I don't know, man. Michigan's really tough right now. And
Ohio
he's
State
such
had a
a
great
good
week.
coach.
Great week.
Yes.
Got a great quarterback
Yes.
from Kansas State, and the running back.
The
from
running
Mississippi.
back is huge.
Yeah.
He was the number 1 overall recruit last year.
Well, it
That
shows
kid's
me
talented.
in college football, again, we've talked about it. It's what have you done for me lately and how much you paying me.
Yep.
So he was starting on Mississippi. I mean, doing very well. They're stud. He goes over there.
Yeah.
That means he's getting more more money.
Yeah.
Same thing with the kid from Kansas State.
Yep.
Because Ohio State's quarterback, the kid that they had, he bolted.
He was a nice player.
Yeah,
he
but
was
he
a nice
bolted.
player. And he bolted because they didn't commit.
Yeah. So he
and-
bolted. Then
yeah.
the kids they had behind him were not good. And then the other kid they had got
They have
hurt.
a young kid coming in.
Yeah.
That's pretty highly thought of.
Yeah.
But
The Kansas State kid.
the Kansas State kid is going to raise the floor of the quarterback room.
Yeah.
Okay. This the freshman that we have could take the top off that and supplant him, but it's at least going to be as good as Kansas State kid. His name's this guy. I think Will Hudson, maybe Will something.
No, he's good. That was a great pickup for them, both of them. I mean, to get the running back and obviously to get the quarterback in 1 week, that's big.
Yeah, and Egbuka, the wide receiver, he's coming back.
Yeah, I saw that.
The defensive, the edge rusher, JT Tuamalo, he's coming back. He's a really good player. Ohio State's going to be live next year. They're going to be tough.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, again, I think they reloaded, too, because Michigan won it all.
Yeah. Oh,
so they
of
got an
course.
answer. I mean,
But
that's just it. It's a hat meals and a coins.
And that's the whole thing, too, is like, you think about it. Ohio State is a top 5 team, but they haven't been as good as Michigan for 3 years. So they've been disappointed. You're still a top 5 team.
Yeah.
Like the people calling for Ryan Day to get fired. Why?
Yeah.
Like that's another one. It's like you're only going to make a lateral move if you're lucky. Like you don't.
Well, there's a
you're
lot
an elite program.
Yeah.
It's tough to do better than being an elite program.
No, there's not. You're right. It's a move to the side either way. But
Yeah.
what people look at is we're not beating Michigan, so we got to get somebody who can.
Yeah.
That's where
or
the
just
president,
wait out Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Let him go to the NFL.
The president looks at it, hey, we got what we need. Obviously, we'll get a couple more guys, and they'll be right there, Ohio State, with 2 big pickups. They're obviously the 2 biggest pickups of the season.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you got the NFL draft for a lot of these quarterbacks. We'll see what happens. But that was a lot of interesting news this week off the field with college football that dominated with Saban, Belichick with New England. The next domino will fall is if Belichick goes someplace.
Yeah.
Which would be, big.
Well, and we didn't talk about Pete Carroll either.
Yeah, Pete
That's
Carroll.
another one.
Yeah, Pete Carroll was like Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah.
She passed away, and Michael Jackson passed away same day. Nobody talked about it.
Nobody remembers Farrah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Pete Carroll's a great coach. Great coach. I mean, Seattle the last couple of years had Geno Smith, who banged around the NFL.
Yep.
Got him to the playoffs last year. This year, 1 game away. I think he wants to coach again. He's already said it's management.
He said it as
He
much.
does.
Yeah.
Yep.
He said management made the decision.
He said he fought like heck to keep that coaching job. Yeah.
Well, I think, like I said, at the end, it's the political thing to say, like, hey, I'm going to go to the front office, but if somebody calls, he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And there was a couple teams. Like, I could have saw him, but they decided to keep him. I could have seen him going to the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
The Washington, I mean, teams where, he gets Atlanta.
What do you think about the Bears keeping Eberflus?
For whatever reason, I think the thing that helped both of them is that they finished on a good note.
Yeah.
They won whatever it is, 4 or 5. They won home.
And he's a defensive guy, and it was the defense that really turned it around for that second half run.
I think Fields they like now because he played strong. The fan support his last home game when they were yelling Fields, and all the signs.
Yeah.
And the one thing the GM said, and I believe in this, is the continuity. If we change it again, we're taking a step back and then taking a step forward. And people don't realize that even in your personal life or your life with work, if you keep changing, there is ground that you have to make up.
200%.
There just is.
Yeah.
Just like in the morning, say you leave your house and you forget your phone.
Yep.
Then you get to your car and you realize, oh, God, I forgot my iPad. Oh, my God, I forgot my coffee. I mean, you keep going back upstairs because you got to, back to the house.
Yeah.
It's just like this. You take a step back. At some point, it's like, right, I'm either going to dance with what I got or I'm not.
Yeah.
Did I think they could have made a move? Yeah, they could have. But again, maybe they didn't see anybody. The coach of Tennessee, I think he's a great coach.
Mm-hmm.
He won Coach of the Year, 21. Can he go someplace? Yes. Hasn't yet.
Oh, he will.
Very well.
Yeah. They're talking about him to Philadelphia as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard that.
I heard New England.
Yeah. Well, New England already got mailed.
They already got Gerard Mayo.
Yeah.
They got mailed the next day.
Well, it was before.
Yeah, before they picked him up.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's an interesting year. I think Pierce gets it for the Raiders.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, did you see Max Crosby, their stud defensive end, basically said, if he's not the head coach, I'm demanding a trade.
Yeah.
Really?
So when
Wow.
you've got, and they've got a $100 million contract locked into him. So I think the locker room is all behind Antonio Pierce. The fan base is behind Antonio Pierce. And, if you're going to talk about a guy with that interim label, I don't know if I've ever seen such a shift. I mean, a seismic shift in an organization to go from dead in the water, everybody in the building's miserable, to winning legitimate games and making a push and fighting for their guy.
They still need a quarterback.
I mean, they definitely need a quarterback, but that should tell you it's even more impressive that they were winning with Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah.
You know?
They definitely need a quarterback. I think, Davis, being Al Davis's son, is also somebody who would swing for faith. You never know. They may call Belichick.
I don't think they've got the money.
Yeah, probably
because
not.
they're paying McDaniels for another 5 years.
Yeah.
You know?
And Josh McDaniels was supposed to go back to New England. Now he's going to go.
Yeah, where's he going to go
He's
now?
going to go where Belichick goes.
It's like, so Bill,
Jimmy,
where
who do
going?
we got?
We got Mike on the line. Hey, Mike, welcome to the locker room.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Doing good, Mike. What's up?
Good. I'm calling from Miami. I've called the show a few times, but long story short, I'm a former high school football coach in both Miami and the Fort Pierce area, and then over in Naples. But I had the pleasure of meeting both Nick Saban. He was recruiting some of our kids, and went to watch his practices when they were at Barry University. We had a big D tackle. Big D tackle they wanted, and man, what a class act! He came up and spoke to us for 20 minutes. Treated us like we were just, one of the coaches on the staff. I mean, very professional and courteous. And then I met Pete Terrell at a coaching convention and spoke to him for the better part of 20 minutes. And, both guys are really, you can see why they're successful, because a big part of that in the coaching endeavor is how well you treat people.
Yeah.
And, I don't know the guys personally. I was fortunate enough to play college football at Marshall University and, played with a lot of guys that are in the league, a few years ago and whatnot. But those guys are just the way that they treat people and, being a class act, you can see why they were so successful in their programs and able to get recruits and families to buy into what they were doing. And Nick Saban, I'll throw this out there, he's from my home state of West Virginia. And you got some great coaches from West Virginia, Jimbo Fisher, Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Rich Rodriguez. So we had a pretty good coach. And all those guys pretty much come from the same lineage, from West Virginia, the same coaching tree. So
that's awesome.
That
Great
is
story.
awesome.
Yeah, I do remember your calls, and I do appreciate you listening to the show. And like I tell you all the time, you're always welcome to jump in. And what do you think about Alabama, who they replaced Saban with? Do you think that was a good move for them?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great coach, but I think, man, that's not a job that you really want, because in terms of just, I mean,
there's almost nowhere to go but down.
Big shoes.
Yeah, following Don Shula or somebody like that, man, some of the greatest guys ever. I don't know how you replace a guy like that. You don't. You really don't. And then the nature of the game now has changed so much with the NIL. I have a good friend of mine who's a director of player personnel at Colorado University. I coached with him over in Fort Myers at Lehigh Senior High School, and I was his D coordinator. But he played with Deion back in Florida State, in the early '90s.
Okay.
And he played with Deion. They both played at North Fort Myers High School, and he invited me out. I went out when they played. I think it was Oregon State, and got to watch the game from the coach's office, and it was really nice. But just to see the way the game has changed, and it's more like a minor league for the pros now. There's no really free agency. As you go wherever you want to go and whatever you want to go. And I think part of that's the reason that Saban left as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, and you got to think about it like this, too. The NFL is like the coaches are just like nonstop, right? But college used to be a little more relaxed with that. But now with the NIL, not only are you recruiting year-round, but you're recruiting in your own house. You're talking about your younger players who are waiting on opportunities and making sure that they're not going to leave, making sure that you dangle that carrot for them, too.
It's hard.
It's nonstop.
No.
And that's brutal. And it's every single year you got kids that are going to be in that portal for no other reason that it might be an easier opportunity. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you can't blame the kids, really, because if the money's there, I mean, I would go for it, too.
Yep.
And even, I was a head high school coach down here in Miami for a few years. And even in high school, obviously the money's not involved, but the high school's the same. There were some players that would play at 3 schools in one season. And I played in the conference where we were playing Carroll City, we were playing Miami Southridge. I mean, we were like the SEC West, but we were Vanderbilt. We were an academic school, but we weren't getting the dogs like them guys were,
Yeah, I hear that.
I was getting I had great kids, but I wasn't getting a lot of Power 5 guys. But where I'm going with that, high school's the same as college now. You have kids that will, transfer sometimes twice a year to try to be on they build super teams in high school as well.
Yeah. Well, and, it's tough to blame the kids because, you have 4 years to put enough on film to get an opportunity in college, and you're not promised anything. So sometimes you have to jump at an opportunity. You know what I mean? And you have to move to get that opportunity. It's tough to preach patience when you might just be waiting forever. You know what I mean? Like you never know. So it's like if you don't look out for yourself, nobody's going to look out for you. So you got to kind of lean towards the kids in that. But then you have to look at if you don't sit in one place and develop and work towards something, you're missing opportunity there too.
It might hurt you as well, man.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. I mean, I get what you're saying on both sides of that. And, these guys are one injury away from possibly nixing $1 million contract. I had a kid a few years ago. I used to coach at, Fort Pierce, and I was the D coordinator at Fort Pierce Central. And we had some powerhouse teams there. And then I was the D coordinator at St. Lucie West Centennial. And we had one of the linebackers, number one linebacker in the nation. He played in the Florida-California All-Star game before the Under Armour games.
Yeah.
Long story short with this kid, he ran a 4.340 electronically timed at the UM camp back in we're going back now, but I want to say it was maybe 05, 06.
Wow.
And he played, then someone talked him into playing in a local All-Star game. It was the Outback Bowl high school. It was Palm Beach versus St. Lucie County, and I didn't want him to play. They put him at tailback, a position he doesn't play, and he tore his knee, disintegrated. Anyway, he was better than Khalil Mack. And I'm not knocking Khalil. Khalil was a man, but he came from Fort Pierce, and I'm not going to drop this guy's name, but everybody that knows this kid knew he was better than Khalil. And that injury alone cost him
millions. That's such a shame.
And he played in local high school, All-Star game,
That's bad. Before we let you go, we appreciate the call. Like I said, you're always welcome with us. Who you think the Dolphins got a chance at all today against the Chiefs?
Man, like you said earlier, trying not to bet on your heart. I'm a Dolphins fan, man. I go back from Marino in '84, even coming from West Virginia, so I can't go against my heart, man. I always believe they got a chance. So
we appreciate it. Good luck in 2024. You're always welcome on the locker room. Thank you for listening and the call.
Great call, Michael.
All right, thanks, guys.
It's for you, buddy.
Thank you.
There you go, buddy.
It is the Locker Room on a Saturday. We got the road to Vegas. My phone has started to blow up with Super Bowl ticket requests, and everybody says the same thing. I want to see who's in it. Oh, no kidding. I have an email for the win for $30,000 if you want it. I might be able to get it to you for $27,500. It is Jimmy, Greek, and Joe. We are going to pick the road to Vegas. We're going to start today, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
When the smart speaker you gave your parents eventually becomes yours, tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Real Radio wants you to score some red zone revenue.
You asked for it, you got it! Woo! You like that?
We're hooking you up with $1,000 up to 13 times every weekday. It's playoff season. Bet on every game, make some crazy parlays, buy some playoff tickets, pay off some of that debt. Once you win the money, we don't care what you do with it.
Here comes the money! Here we go.
Listen for the keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Score $1,000 in red zone revenue. Good luck from Real Radio. Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
What Would Greek Do is brought to you by Monroe's of Palm Beach.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Sky Rizzy, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Sky Rizzy, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Sky Rizzy is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Sky Rizzy. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Sky Rizzy, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Your doctor today about Sky Rizzy, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizzy.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZY to learn more.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Here's what Floridians are saying about Storm Smart Custom Hurricane Protection.
We can't tell you how perfect the installation is. We were over the moon pleased.
The hurricane shades on our lanai are so functional and beautiful.
They block incoming rain and sun and allow me to see out.
The next hurricane season will find us very well prepared.
We will absolutely endorse Storm Smart.
Call 866-61-SMART and start designing your custom Storm Smart screens and high-impact windows today.
Injured in a car accident in Palm Beach County or the Treasure Coast? With offices located in Palm Beach Gardens, Port St. Lucie, and Boca Raton, Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather Florida Injury Lawyers is here for you. Call us to schedule your free case evaluation. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Sky Rizzy, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Sky Rizzy, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Sky Rizzy is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Sky Rizzy. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Sky Rizzy, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. And visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Looking for top-notch personal protection? The Smith & Wesson Equalizer is here to level the playing field. Easy to rack slide, easy to control ergonomic grip. It's designed for you. With a 10, 13, and 15-round magazine included, size up for better control or size down for easier concealment. Don't miss out on the opportunity to upgrade your safety. Visit your local dealer now. To learn more about the Equalizer, visit smith-wesson.com. Smith & Wesson, empowering Americans. All capacity sizes may not be available in your jurisdiction. Be sure to check your local laws and regulations. My dad has a cold, but also has high blood pressure. That's why I got him Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure for max strength daytime relief. Unlike some ordinary cold medicines, it's specially formulated for people like my dad. DayQuil High Blood Pressure is sugar-free, alcohol-free, and decongestant-free.
Vicks DayQuil High Blood Pressure. The daytime, non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, cold and flu for people with high blood pressure.
Like my dad.
Medicine. Use as directed.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Meteorologist Charlotte Carl with CBS 12 News. That front continues to move throughout the rest of today, keeping our rain chances around, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder. Temperatures cool as winds start to shift out of the north. And tomorrow, with that front stalling to our south, we continue to see a chance for an isolated shower.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
We're giving away a box of cornflakes that are open, but not completely empty. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello. Are they frosted?
I don't know if I
Those
can.
are frosted flakes.
I don't know if I can throw them frosted. That's huge, Jimmy. But I'll make it happen. I don't want our audience to be disappointed.
I like the eye.
Who's going to go get them? I mean, me. I got to put it out.
Oh, of course.
They sell them right there. We got it. Over there. Right over the Walgreens.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You want to go during the break and get them?
No,
Oh, okay.
You're the one making promises.
Okay.
What?
Let's do some Florida stories.
Florida.
Getting a little sleepy today.
Did you say Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
I'm Francis. That's Jimmy. That's
I introduced him.
So he is. Hi, I'm Francis. And here's the What the Florida.
They know.
So not everybody. What if you're just tuning in?
Well, guess what? You're going to find out. But not on this segment.
So this is an update on I Hate People segment. Well,
Oh, no wonder you're so bitter.
I mentioned
I'm going to get my nuts kicked in for
You
that
are,
one.
yeah.
Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk from the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Locker Room. Now back to The Locker Room on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the locker room on 92.1 Real Radio. Thanks for always tuning in to us. We always appreciate it. You guys are the best. Hope you have a nice weekend and enjoy the games. And don't forget the Panthers are playing tonight against the Devils. You could hear that on 12:30 The Gambler. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Joe is here.
What's going on, boys?
So we're going to do a little bit of a slight version of picking some games. These are loose picks. The Road to Vegas is what it's going to be called. And we're going to narrow it down to do the games, and then we'll see how we do at the end of the season. And this will be for a gummy.
Oh,
for Joe.
Maybe even multiple gummies.
All right, baller.
Oh, you got it.
All right, well, let's start it off with this afternoon's contest, which we are all very excited about. We got Browns, Texans plus 2.5.
Jimmy, you go first. They've heard enough.
Browns, Texans. I tell you what, boy, I'd love to get bet on that kid. I love a Cinderella story. He has done so much for that city, and I think we see nothing but going up with Houston. With that said, I can't go against what the Browns are doing right now. Give me the Browns. I would even lay more points in that. I think they're going to win that game.
G-Man.
Well, I got the Browns. The Hard Rock app, the whole thing, and I know you're a big Browns fan, so I hope today I'm bringing you an additional amount of luck, and I'm going to take the Browns, and I'm also going because I'm going against the 3 young quarterbacks.
Well,
the first time in a playoff, it's a good trend. Also, Teddy had something on schedule, which is like 31-12.
Yeah, there's that. Flacco's 5-0 in the first round of the playoffs, all that stuff.
So I'm going with that. I like the Browns. And also with that schedule thing that Teddy spoke about, the Chiefs would have had a harder schedule than Miami.
Yeah.
Because Miami, they won like 10 games, 11 games that weren't good. A couple of games playoffs. The Chiefs played a lot of tough games.
Yep.
Philly, obviously. So I'm going to go with the Browns in this game.
All right, that's a 3-way sweeperoo for the Browns.
Huh.
Shocked.
I thought for sure you'd go with Houston.
Yeah, I thought about it just to protect myself. Like, if the Browns do lose, I at least want a little bit of a bonus. But, Nah, I'm good. I'm going with the Browns, riding this Flacco train. And hopefully they get a dub today in Houston. Okay, moving on. Tonight's contest, Dolphins at the Chiefs. Chiefs -5.
Woo!
Yeah.
The line is to 5 now, huh?
A little high.
The only reason why I'm doing it is is Pat Mahomes. That guy can find ways to win out of nothing. Otherwise, Dolphins with the injuries, with Van Ginkel out, I mean, that was a big one for me too. When I saw that, as Carla and I affectionately call him Sven, he's going to be out. I think that's another real damage. If these two, if both teams are healthy, I'd go with the Dolphins only because of the injuries and the fact that Pat Mahomes, he adds points himself. I'll go with the Kansas City Chiefs.
G-Man.
I like the Chiefs all week. I just do. Chiefs made a lot of money me before over the years. I think Miami's got too many injuries. I just do. And the cold, Tua, again, going against the young quarterback. I'm going against the 3 young quarterbacks.
I got you. So I'm going Dolphins. Look, I think the Chiefs win this game. I think it's an ugly game. It's a weather-affected game. I think both teams can run the ball. I think Miami keeps it close. The Chiefs win, but I think Miami covers.
There was a part of me that wanted to go down that road because I'm thinking the under. I'm thinking low scoring. I'm thinking that way. So, but especially with the wind, you know, that's the thing that, people take. The cold is the cold. But when guys are going down and they're going to possibly miss field goals, you can't throw deep.
And
that wind makes a big difference.
That ball's going to be a rock. Mm-hmm. That's not going to be a fun ball to catch.
Yeah. They're getting paid millions. Catch the damn ball.
First of all, these guys drop passes in good weather, okay? I can appreciate getting paid millions, but the cold is the cold is the cold. My question is, honestly, does this game get moved?
No.
It's too negative late. 30 wind chill. That's just as. But I will say this, though. I will say this. So the Bills game got moved because there's a travel ban. It's literally safe to travel or not safe to travel. Yeah. So because of that, that's why they bumped the game. Yeah. It's not a player safety thing.
When we've been talking about that game, both games actually all week as far as the weather is concerned, I didn't realize that snow was going to be an issue.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they didn't know that either. I thought it was just cold wind, and they're not going to move a game because of colder wind.
No.
Snow, massive snow, yes. I can see that.
Yeah. Agreed. All right, so next up, Steelers-Bills obviously moved to 4:30 Monday. Bills at the moment, well, when I did this off the Hard Rock app earlier, it was Bills -9.5. Is it up to 10.5?
The last I saw it was 10.
Okay, so we'll do Bills -10. And Jimothy, go for it.
TJ Watt, that factor is going to lead me to the Bills. That's the one thing. Otherwise, I think that they might have been be able to put enough pressure on Josh Allen to stay within that, and I would have taken the Steelers and the points. I think they get a couple of late touchdowns to blow them out and run away with a little bit. Give me Buffalo.
G-Man.
I the game change. I mean, I like Buffalo. I just think Pittsburgh's not going to be able to score that much. It's going to be a tough game. I still like Josh Allen. Still think he's a good quarterback.
A great quarterback.
Diggs is there. And again, Watt's not putting pressure on him.
Yeah.
He was putting pressure on him. Then I think all game. Then Josh Allen's going to rush his plays, not run as quick.
Yeah.
Think differently about it, and always have him in your mind. The team's 1-10. Haven't heard many stats like that when he doesn't play. I have to go back to Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
Ronnie Lott when he played with the Niners. Like, that's an unbelievable stat. And I know there's 10 points involved, but I could see the Browns, I could see Buffalo winning 23-10.
Yeah.
23-7.
Alrighty. I'm going to go Steelers. I just think 10 points is a lot of points, and I think the weather is still going to be funky. Even the next day, it's going to be miserable. It's going to be gross. It's going to be a sloppy game. And T.J. Watt definitely hurts. But that's a two-headed running attack and an offense that's been on a bit of a surge, and the defense is still the defense, man. That's the Pittsburgh standard. They still have ball players. Alex Highsmith's a hell of an edge rusher. They drafted Nate Herbig. Cam Hayward is always going to be a player on the interior. They've got some bodies there, and Allen has struggled with the Steelers historically. So I think Bills win, but Steelers keep it within 10.
Okay.
All right.
Packers, Cowboys. Cowboys -7.
Yeah, Cowboys at home right now with the fever that's going on in Dallas. There's no way I could step in front of them. Hey, Green Bay, Love, great year. I mean, quietly.
Youngest team in the NFL.
I had no idea until you two had started spitting out some stats that Love had this year, and I didn't realize that he was having that much success up there.
Yeah.
But I can't stand in front of Dallas right now. They are just, especially at home. If this game was in Green Bay, it'd be a different story for me. But give me Dallas -7 at home.
G-Man.
Yeah, I mean, Cowboys. Again, rookie quarterback. Same thing. Same path for me. I mean, first time these guys get into the playoffs, it's tough. The emotion, the excitement, the pressure is on there.
And to do it on the road is just brutal.
Hard. Yeah,
against Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence, that's brutal.
Yeah, so I think that Dallas wins by 10, beats the Packers. Again, Packers have a chance if they run the ball successfully, keep them off. I mean, how do you stop any high-powered offense? You keep them off the field.
Yeah.
You got to run the rock. Not that, Green Bay can't do it, but I think Dallas wins.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, man. I'm taking Green Bay. I think Dallas wins. I think Green Bay keeps it close. I think Love's going to be productive. They've got a two-headed running attack. They've been making plays with the young receivers. I think the defense can do just enough to keep them from getting blown out, and the offense will keep it close enough. So I got Green Bay covering, but Dallas is going to win the game. Rams, Lions -3.
I think this is a very even matchup between these two. I'm going to go with the Lions in this, and I don't have a lot to back it up with. I think a little bit of home cooking maybe, because this game is in Detroit, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So, with that factor, I think that team's on a little bit more of a high. But I tell you what, Rams done very well this year, so it's not a pick against them. It's more a pick with Detroit.
I'm going to go with the Rams. They'll cover. Maybe the game's 28-21. 28-27, 33-34. I think it'll be a high-scoring game, and I think the Rams can cover and possibly get a W. They're alive as a dog, in my opinion.
I'm with you right there. Same thing for me. I think the Rams win outright. I just think it's a tough matchup for Detroit. The Rams have been there. The Rams are tested, and Detroit, the Goff has obviously history, but it's first time for a lot of those guys, and especially the coaching staff. So I like the Rams here. Eagles, Bucks +3.
Give me the Eagles. I think they're a much better team, and they're going to. I think they're going to turn things on here in the playoffs. Bucks limped into the playoffs, in my opinion. So give me the Eagles, please.
G-Man.
Tough game again. Eagles with the bang up. Worst January I've seen in years. One of the worst ones. Jalen Smith's got the hurt thing, but Tampa, watched them last week. They only scored 9 points against Carolina.
Yep.
That bothered me when they had to have the game. I mean, not that they don't have to have this. It's a playoff game. Baker, sometimes when I watch him, and it's always like when he breaks the huddle, it seems like he already knows where he's passing, whether it's open or not. That bothers me. I think Philly still has enough weapons to get a W against him.
Okay. And this is the only home team I'm taking in this whole little stretch is the Bucks +3.
Yeah, I'm surprised. You really stayed away from them.
It's an ugly ugly matchup, man. And I don't know where the hell to go with it, so I'm going with the home team.
All right.
You know?
Fair enough.
Also, Brown was ruled out for Monday. He is not playing.
Yeah.
They just
I'm
said
telling you, A.J. Brown's ruled out. Devontae Smith is like
Banged up.
50-50 to play. He's banged up.
Yeah.
I think the best shot that the Eagles have is that just dominant running game, man. Lean on that big offensive line and run.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Tampa can hang with or stop them.
It's going to be a good game. They're
Yeah.
all going to be good.
Oh,
I mean, it's
awesome.
a wild card weekend, and
It's
that's
the
what it's always
playoffs,
about.
man.
Yeah, it's the playoffs. I mean, you got to remember that.
Anytime you got those consequences on a loss, you're going to get the best from both sides. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, you definitely are. I mean, I don't doubt that you're going to get great games throughout. It's the road to Vegas. Everybody's talking about Vegas. We talked to Teddy Covers. His picks are going to be up there. He likes St. John's. I know at halftime they're losing by 5. He likes tomorrow the Dallas Cowboys. He likes Orlando Magic plus 11.5. Those are his 3 picks. Jimmy put them up on our website, 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. Talked about a lot of stuff today. Saban, obviously, Belichick, big news in coaching, but it's a wild card weekend. And also, a lot of fans not happy with Peacock and the whole situation and just downloading and what do I have to do, and bars and restaurants scrambling to have it. Does put a different little into the playoff weekend, which is crazy. But again, this is the NFL, and they're going to follow the money.
Yeah, and look, if you're even remotely tech savvy, do a 7-day trial of Peacock and then cancel after the game, man.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I get it. It's annoying. It's a definite annoyance, and it seems like it's an obnoxious, forced money grab by the NFL. But if you want to watch the game, just do it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's one of those things where I understand the people that are upset about it.
Yeah.
I really do.
I get it.
It feels like it's a kick in the face, but from the NFL, from a fan base that is stuck by them, and I get why people are so upset about it. Is it a big deal to get it? No, I don't think it's a big deal to get it, but it's more. There's a point,
It's the
and
fact
I'm
that you
sure
have
there's a
to.
lot of people, and you have to, and you have no choice. I mean, if you want to see the game, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are going to say, you know what, screw it, I'm not going to get it, and I'm not going to watch it, and I'm not going to fall for that, and I understand, and I would completely understand why people would do that.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people out there are very like, hey, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not stubborn, whatever reason. Watch it. Again,
and rightfully so. I mean, again, I'm not going against those people at all.
You cannot expect an average fan who's just about, in our country right now, getting by.
Yeah.
And having a hard time, and guys are getting paid millions of dollars.
Stuff's expensive enough.
Yeah. So they're looking at like, hey, I know it's good for the NFL and it's good for you guys, but it's not good for me.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that we, people say, and it's true. We don't like change.
Yep.
We just don't. As humans,
it.
we don't. We hate it. We hate it when it's bad. We love it when it's good. Who's kidding who? You know what I mean? When it's a good change, you're like, all right, not bad. Hey, we're going to give you $10 to watch the game tonight.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Go with that
How
change.
about that? How about we go down that road once?
The NFL sending you a check to watch the game on Peacock. Joe, you're getting $10.
Yeah, I believe it. I've already spent it.
Yeah, you're done. You're like, all right, this isn't bad. But again, when it goes against your way and when you pay for it, you never pay for something, you're always going to do it. Yeah. And we like convenience. We like going home and just put it on, bang, that's it. We don't like to check and where's it at and I don't have it. And is the picture going to come in clear? Am I going to hear it?
That's my thing.
Yeah.
Because
a lot of people have said that.
DirecTV obviously used to be the satellite thing, right? But like in recent years, they started streaming. And when they first started streaming, it was bad.
Well, even now.
Oh, really?
They weren't built for all of it. So when YouTube got it and YouTube did it, all YouTube does is have billions of servers and supports billions of users. Like YouTube is built for it.
The infrastructure was already set up.
YouTube was flawless this year. It was the best Sunday Ticket has ever been.
But
Red Zone was amazing and Sunday Ticket was amazing.
But many times I've been out.
Yeah.
And the weather comes in and the TV goes out.
That's the dish, though.
Yeah.
I'm talking about purely streaming, right?
I know, but I'm saying a lot of bars and restaurants have it, and they'll come and you lose the game.
Yeah. Not only do you lose the game, but if like Peacock, I don't think Peacock is built for the volume that they're going to get for this game. You're going to get a lot of people watching this game.
Yeah, we'll see.
If there's issues with Peacock, I would not be even remotely surprised. And if you want the NFL to have a blank storm on their hands, make people get Peacock and then have Peacock do a crappy job.
Yeah, well,
right,
just like
that,
when Amazon first came out and they weren't getting the sound quality.
Yep.
And people were complaining about that.
yeah.
Yep.
And they also said the picture wasn't great.
And they just weren't set up for it. They didn't have the infrastructure set up for it. I don't know if Peacock does or not.
Yeah.
I mean, it is NBC. I mean, it is.
You would hope
it's
so.
not like they're, the whole thing with Prime was they had to build the whole thing from the ground up, and at least NBC, Peacock, they've got some of that built in, but I don't know if their streaming servers are going to be able to handle it.
Especially for that
That's
volume.
a very good question that I wouldn't even have thought of.
Yeah.
Going to be interesting. Again, it is something different, and you got to change with the times. It's not great, but we'll see what happens.
As a reminder, too, Franny's out and about tomorrow. Do you mind if I give her a quick plug here? Just to let you guys remind you guys that she's going to be out at Marketplace at Wycliffe in front of the Hurricane Grill down in Lake Worth. That's at 4075 South State Road 7A1A in Lake Worth. She's going to be there tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. with Backyard Butchers. They're going to have all kinds of deals on great meat packages. You can get 2 pounds of king crab legs or 20 ribeyes for $29. One lucky listener will win a $300 steak variety box. Beef, chicken, seafood. They're going to have all kinds of stuff there. Great. I remember her doing that last year at the Treasure Coast Mall. And we went down there to pick up some great deals on meat. So go on out, see Franny tomorrow, Marketplace at Wycliffe, right in front of the Hurricane Grill there, 4075 South State Road 7A1A Lake Worth. She'll be there from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Backyard Butchers. Go get a good deal on some meat.
It is the Greek. It is Jimmy. It is Joe. It is a locker room on Wild Card Weekend. Remember, Browns lose. No Joe next Saturday.
Go Browns, baby!
Nice.
Go Browns, baby. There's always a big game in the locker room. Peace.
Rover's Morning Glory.
What did you do, Charlie? I went to go see that Godzilla movie, Godzilla -1.
Yeah.
When's the last time you guys saw an IMAX film?
Long time.
It was so loud. I mean, that Godzilla scream.
You are getting old.
No.
This is the day.
It's so loud.
Yeah, we wondered Party Charlie is dead.
Rock music is so loud.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Real Radio 92.1 for the Palm Beaches and 101.7 for the Treasure Coast.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
Meteorologist Charlotte Carl with CBS 12 News. That front continues to move throughout the rest of today, keeping our rain chances around, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder. Temperatures cool as winds start to shift out of the north. And tomorrow, with that front stalling to our south, we continue to see a chance for an isolated shower.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Meal planning is work, so let Fresh from Florida help. Learn what's in season, browse hundreds of recipes, and get tips from Chef Justin by visiting freshfromflorida.com. Eat healthier with Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, savvy, staying ahead of the market at every turn, finding ways to do more with less, and taking advantage of every opportunity that comes their way. That's why Comcast Business is introducing the Small Business Bonus. For a limited time, you can get up to a $1,000 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle when you switch to Comcast Business, the company with the largest, fastest, reliable network. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call or go online to learn about the $1,000 bonus today.
Give your business a head start in 2024. Get started with internet and security for $49 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add one unlimited mobile line. Call or go online to switch today. Ends 2/21/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 100 megabits per second internet and security edge. EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
If you're looking for the yard of your dreams, look no further than Moon Valley Nurseries. America's largest box tree grower is now open in Riviera Beach. Here you'll find a wide assortment of mature trees and hedges to choose from. Work with our dedicated nursery pros to plant your dream yard. Whether you're looking for instant privacy, a relaxing oasis, or a statement piece, Moon Valley Nurseries is here for you from planning to planting. Call 561-295-8852 to schedule a free design consultation or come see us at 3200 Broadway in Riviera Beach.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles, all the stuff that gets trapped in your nose, making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible, so Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Have you been injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident? If so, Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida injury lawyers, will help and fight for you. Our purpose is legal power. Our mission is huge results. If you've been injured in an accident, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Injured? Visit Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fromrath at foryourrights.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 70s Rock Ride, Pink Floyd, Eagles, Van Halen, Tom Petty, Zeppelin, and more. Try something new for 2024. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search 70s Rock Ride, and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
The podcast, The Bible in a Year with Jack Graham, is a moving and inspiring biblical audio experience that will help you master wisdom from the world's greatest book. In each episode, you'll learn to apply biblical principles to everyday life.
Each cinematic episode is a journey through the Bible's most profound stories that will strengthen your appreciation of the Word and inspire you to keep learning.
Listen to The Bible in a Year with Jack Graham on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
We have a couple of things here. It says Taylor Swift cruise sounds like my nightmare. Stuck on a ship with probably nothing but Taylor Swift songs playing around the clock.
Yep.
Surrounded by Taylor Swift fans. No.
That's about how I would feel.
Yeah.
Wow.
They even got what's over under for people jumping overboard that are not Taylor Swift fans.
Oh my God, that's brutal. Under over.
Yeah.
Well, the casino has their face on slot machines.
Yeah.
Somebody was asking how you prepared turducken, and then we got this text too. Oh, you guys. This is last year my neighbors made turducken, a turkey stuffed with a duck stuffed with chicken. I didn't care for the duck part, so this year I'm making a turducken. It's a turkey stuffed with a chicken, stuffed with a large Italian sausage.
Oh, sounds good.
And I'm not going to read the rest.
Can I have a turducken?
You can have whatever you want. If you want it, well, you can have it.
Sounds delicious.
A turducken.
You had me at sausage.
The Penthouse. Weekdays 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk from the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. Listening to The Locker Room. Now back to The Locker Room on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Locker Room Wild Card Weekend, baby. We're going to have some picks for you in a minute. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
We got Mike, special guest here. And, of course, we have Joe in the house.
What's going on, boys?
Cleveland Brown fans, so we love them today because they have the Browns. Without further ado, this guy brings winners every week, and he is the guru who will make your Wild Card Weekend seem wild with winners. Good afternoon, Teddy Covers.
What up, Teddy?
Gentlemen, what's the good word today? And I'm just looking. Did the Bills Steelers just get postponed or something happen? What just happened?
Monday afternoon.
Yeah, Monday afternoon at 4:30.
It's not even on the NFL Network, NFL.com.
Yeah.
I was looking on there to see if it was still going to be on CBS. And no, they still show it as 1 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah, they probably haven't
But
adjusted it.
They just haven't changed it yet on the website.
Yeah, so we're going to have to do the pedicures a little or later, Teddy, in the morning.
Yeah, there's nothing like a 1:30 p.m. Monday game in Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah, that'd be crazy for you.
Yeah.
Teddy, how you hitting them? What's going on? What do you feel about Wild Card Weekend's got to be a little buzz in the city when the playoffs start in the NFL?
There really is. It's been a pretty good week. I had a great week 18 in the NFL. We had a solid week on the show last week here as well.
Yeah.
So it's been a good week in the NBA this week again. So I really don't have a whole lot of complaints for mid-January. And, yeah, there's certainly – look, I mean, Vegas is buzzy all the time. Right?
Yeah.
There's always something. There really is. Every time you go out, there's there's something that the town's buzzing about. But certainly Wild Card Weekend, with the Super Bowl coming to town, there's definitely an edge in the air. I mean, the fact that Super Bowl's here in Vegas this year is kind of a big deal, apparently.
Oh, tremendously huge. I might fly out, buy a hat, and come back. I mean, it's going to be so big. That's how jacked up I am. And, of course, to see you, because every time I go to Vegas, I have to sit down with you. That's my one traditional thing. And usually the girl I'm with will always say to me, "That's his last name, Covers?" I'm like, Teddy Covers. I said, that's it. And, because they got me on an ankle bracelet when I leave my room, so I always have to have a picture and the whole thing. So let's start with a couple picks from you. We got a couple guys. Joe's always with us. Mike's a special guest. They got a couple questions for you. I got something. But where are we going to start today?
So I'm going to give you guys one in the NFL for tomorrow.
Okay.
And one in the NBA for today and one in college hoops for today. So let me give you the one because this college hoops is going to tip off at the top of the hour. This is a 1 o'clock Eastern time start.
Okay.
So let's go with that one first. St. John's and Creighton.
Ooh.
You guys been paying attention to what Pitino's been doing? All of a sudden, St. John's is playing. I mean, they're playing really good basketball in all kinds of different environments.
Mm-hmm.
And that, to me, is something that absolutely stands out when a team is playing at different paces and different venues and playing well in all of them. That's one of those things that absolutely stands out. That's St. John's right now. St. John's is a bet-on team right now. Look at what they've done over the last. So, no, they haven't necessarily covered all these games as favorites. But what they do, they go on the road at Villanova and won. They went on the road at UConn and hung. They went on the road at D.C. and hung. This is the team, and again, they won 6 of their last 7 ball games, right? 5-2 against the spread. St. John's a team we can make money with, plain and simple, at this stage of the campaign. Creighton came into the season